to the sounds of the silence that allows for my mind to run around with my ear up to the ground. I'm searching to behold the stories that I told when my back is to the world that was smiling when I turned. Tell me you're the greatest, but once you turn, they hate us. Oh, the misery. Everybody wants to be my enemy. Spare the sympathy. Everybody wants to be my enemy. Ran away, I swear I'll never be a sand away. My enemy. Ran away, I swear I'll never be a sand. Look out for yourself. But I'm ready. Your words up on the wall as you're praying for my phone, and the laughter in the halls and the names that I've been called. I stack it in my mind and I'm waiting for the time when I show you what it's like to be worse fit in a mind. Tell you you're the greatest, but once you turn, they hate us. Oh, the misery. Everybody.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome inside Welland Stadium. Alec Murray, Reese Dumani. All feels right. Back in the IBL Finals, the Welland Jackfish and Barrie Baycats as we get set for game number 1 here on a chilly fall Sunday afternoon at Welland Stadium. The crowd still filing in, RD. The 1, the 2 seeds do battle a rematch of 2023. The Baycats looking for revenge after losing that series in 6 games. They won it last year, though, so we shall see. But game 1 today, Frank Garces, Ben Abram, battle on the rubber in what should be another great pitching series.
Yeah, absolutely. They've got great pitching out of the rotation. We've got 2 great bullpens as well. Much like we talked about in that Guelph series, minus the 2 8-1 games. It's going to be fairly similar. 1-run games, 2-run ball games. The team that makes the least amount of mistakes is probably going to win that game in this series. So, it's going to be tightly contested all the way through, and I'm pumped and excited for it.
Notable lineup change for the Welland Jackfish. They have one spot, or one too many starting players, Reese, man, if you want to put it that way.
Yep.
And come this time, it's who is struggling the most and who is not struggling the most, right? So the Welland Jackfish opt to bench or sit James Smybert for game 1 of the final. He will be off the bench. You're going to see him at some point in this game, whether it's defensively or as a pinch hitter. But Thomas Green is back at third base to start tonight, and it'll be Grayson Barrett starting at first base with Jake Sanford DHing. It's a good problem to have.
Oh, yeah.
Reese, but again, James Smybert's going to be back in the starting lineup at some point in this series. Just he's the guy who has been the most cold out of that kind of middle group.
Yep.
For the Welland Jackfish.
Absolutely. I think Garces being that tough left-hander as well against the lefty hitter Smybert has something to do with it, I'm sure. You get Green, he's a right-handed hitter back into the lineup. So now you've got yourself 3 right-handers with Hupe, Green, and Mullins. So that has a lot to do with it, but you're right, Smybert, and we talked to him after game 5 here, and he knows he hasn't been awesome. He's been okay, but he hasn't been awesome of late. So you're right, that sort of helps Brian Esri's case in taking him out again. With a tough left-hander on the mound in Garces, that's another part to it as well. But, yeah, Smybert's going to get his starts in this series. He's going to be readily available off the bench. So wouldn't surprise me if that was today. We saw him in a pinch-hitting role.
We talked earlier, the team that's going to win this series, Reese, it isn't going to be because of the aces. You're going to get a good start from Garces. Cesar Rosado's in the mix as well. A Ben Abram. A Teodoro Ortega. A Euclair. Those guys are going to do what they do best, Reese.
Yep.
Whoever's going to win this series is who can go deeper into their bullpen and who has more arms fresh and available and come up in the big moments. Both teams are loaded offensively. The offense is going to be there. Fielding and bullpen is going to win this series in the best of 7.
You're right. It absolutely will. It's we saw what Game 3 was here. It was a combined 7 errors, I believe it was, between the Royals and Jackfish. And, I mean, that game had a ton that went on. But 5 errors were on the side of the Jackfish that night. Only 2 for the Royals, which still isn't good, but it's not 5. So you're right. You got to play clean defensively. You got to make the routine plays. I think that's a big thing. Diving efforts, if you bobble one or the other, it is what it is. But it's the routine ones where you're able to get behind the baseball, square up, and fire across the diamond how it should be, those are the plays you have to make, because neither one of these teams can afford to give away extra outs, and they're going to make you pay. It's just the nature of the beast. They're going to make you pay if you give them those extra outs. So that's key for the bullpen, is one, to keep your infield engaged. Don't try to strike everybody out. You got to find a way to make these hitters put it in play and keep your defense fresh. So one sort of leads to the other. You could say that the good pitching, good command of the strike zone, keeping the defense fresh so we don't see those mistakes.
Nice thing I like about this series, too, the way it's set up. You get a day in between every game except for one scenario, Reese, where it's a Saturday-Sunday flip around. That's next weekend. But you get a day in between each of these games. They spread it out nice. There's 2 teams left. Why rush it? There's no point.
Big time.
Let the IBL baseball, the finals, it should be, spread out through a couple of weeks. That's exactly how they plan this out. So you get IBL baseball for hopefully a couple of weeks, because this series isn't going to be a 4-gamer. It's not going to be a 5-gamer.
Nope.
These teams are going to trade shots. They're going to have on nights. They're going to have off nights. These two go way back in the rivalry, as the Barrie Baycats and Welland Jackfish do, and it should be a great, great series. You hope it goes 7.
Yeah, absolutely.
As a fan, as a baseball fan.
As a baseball fan,
Yeah.
for sure. I mean, you've got Welland Stadium here that gets packed, gets loud every single night. Up at Athletic Culture Stadium, they know how to fill that ballpark. 2 great venues, and it's what you want as a baseball fan, at least entering the playoffs. 1 and 2 are the best teams for a reason. That's why they line up 1-2. That's why one has home field advantage throughout. That's why the other one is close enough. So you got 1-2 here. You've got 2 great stadiums, 2 great fan bases, and I can't wait to get started.
Each of these teams had a sweep. Each of these teams had a 5-gamer, and they're here in the final. Baycats, Jackfish, coming up as we head it down to field level for the national anthems.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. Quand embrasse porter le père, il sait porter la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Once again, Julia D'Amico. And now, fanatics, please direct your attention to the pitcher's mound for today's ceremonial first pitch. And today we welcome Little Green Bee, Harper. Mini Green Bee Harper bringing the heat. Now down to the director of fun with today's play ball kid.
All right, fanatics, I got Jasmine here to get this party started. On 3, 1, 2, 3. Play ball! Here we go! Detroit players, Tim's for my hooligans, Brooklyn, they're back, if they hit right, be there all night. But them school since days are under rules, never lose, never choose to, bruise too, do something to us, talk go to us, to us, wanna do us, screw us.
Welcome to Game 1 of the IBL Finals. The chase for the Dominico Cup begins here in Welland. A 7-game series between the 2 best in the IBL, the Barrie Baycats and the Welland Jackfish, both having to go through a 5-game series on their run to get here to the final, both having a sweep in there as well. And the two best teams in the IBL, as they should, meet here in the final. The Barrie Baycats and Welland Jackfish. Game 1 here from Welland on Sunday. I'm Alec Murray alongside Reese Dumani. No better man to start at home for Game 1 than Big Ben Abram, who gets the nod against Frank Garces of the Barrie Baycats. Reese, Game 1 as the fans continue to file in here at Welland Stadium. Going to be a packed house here at the Pond. They've been waiting for this for a year. They didn't get there last year, Reese. This place was bumping a couple of years ago when they had it. The feeling was here in Welland, and now the Jackfish have gotten back to the final with 4 games to go. 4 wins for one of these teams to be crowned champion.
And there's a certain buzz in the stadium here today. You get one at the start of the postseason, of course, because it's the second year. You start to chase for that championship. But then when you get to the finals, it's just a different feeling. It's a different vibe in the stadium. And these fans are looking to erupt early in this one. And like you said it, you perfectly said it, number 1 versus number 2. Yes, there was a little bit of a gap standings-wise, but I believe these are the 2 best teams in the IBL, and rightfully so that they are the final 2 standing.
Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Welland Jackfish. Defensively behind Big Ben Abram. In the outfield, it'll be Brandon Hupe, Gio Morello, and Mateo Portolato. On the left side of the infield, Thomas Green and Brendan Luther. And Jonah Weisner and Grayson Barrett on the right side. Robbie Mullen to do the catching. Jake Sanford will be the DH tonight. As we go 1 through 9, as Noel McGarry Doyle will lead things off for the Barrie Baycats. Let's take a look at their offensive lineup here tonight in game number 1 of the IBL Finals. There it is on your screen as Abram gets set for the first pitch of the 2025 Finals. Gets a wave and a miss for strike 1. 4:08 time of the first pitch. And we are underway on the chase for the cup as McGarry Doyle, Hernandez, and Hernandez, followed by Macabrota, Clark, and Odd on the Baycat lineup card. And then it will be Hayden Jaco, Tyler Plumpton, and Noah Hall doing the DH to round out the starting 9 for Barrie offensively.
Saw Ben Abram take a few notes after his last start. That was Game 3 against the Royals, and we even saw it in his start against the Panthers where hitters attacked him early, expecting first pitch fastball, and he slowed it down there for McGarry Doyle.
Tries to go outside. McGarry Doyle lays off. It's 1-2 to the leadoff man of the Baycats. Gary Doyle putting together an excellent campaign for the Baycats. And they don't lose him this time into the final race. They get their star player throughout. That one's going to be chopped on the ground to second. Weisner backs up on a first in time. Leadoff man gone here in the first. That's also something you notice with these two teams, Reese. We've seen teams built with college guys and university guys, and they have to leave as soon as the playoffs start. Not a shocker that these two teams have none of those.
Yeah, you learn. You learn very quickly when you get to a championship series and you don't have your best players. You notice, and you make that adjustment in the offseason. You find guys that can stick around for September. So, yeah, it's nice to see on both sides here.
Abram's first pitch, a called strike to Hernandez.
With McGarry Doyle, he had an early stint with the Ottawa Titans of the Frontier League, and then coming back, and it was a swap, you could say. Noel McGarry Doyle coming to Barrie. Jake Sanford went up to the Titans. So
and now they're both here.
A little bit of a swap, and now they're back.
Hernandez flare into center field. That's going to be trouble. It's going to drop. So a little flare base hit for Brandon Hernandez. That'll leave way for his brother as Francisco, with one away and one on, will get a shot here in the inning.
This is a combination of 2 guys that can do some damage, not only with the bat like you saw there, even though it was just a little bit of a blooper into center field, but they can run as well. 3 stolen bags in the playoffs so far for Brandon. Francisco's got 4 himself, so 2 guys that hustle down the line to first base and also look to wreak havoc on the base paths as well.
Abram now out of the stretch with a runner aboard. That ball's on the ground. It's going to be through and in. Third baseman at Green, and the brothers have both reached here in the first. Green was playing in on the cut, Reese. If he's at normal depth, that's probably a double play.
Yeah, just didn't really have any time to try and get around and get an angle on that ball. Like you said, he was in. You have to respect the bunt against Hernandez. I mentioned the speed that he's got in the box, so wouldn't surprise me at all, even though he's in the 3 spot, to lay one down. So Just had to lay out for that one, see if he could get a piece of it, and it just slipped past his glove.
2 years ago in the final, Barrie won the first 2 games, and then Welland 4 straight to win the championship. That's on the ground to second. Barrett takes it to second. Back to first is in time. Double play. What a play by Grayson Barrett and Big Ben Abram. Showing that athleticism off the mound to get to first in time to cover. And the side is retired. What a big-time ground ball for Abram to get out of the jam in the first. We head to the bottom of the first. Barrie scoreless. Jackfish coming up here in the final.
Over here in section 102 with Lauren from St. Catharines. Lauren's never been here before, and she wants to become one of you, whether she likes it or not. Now, the only way to do so is one thing, or one way, and one way only. What's that, Fanatics? And here comes Fisher Lady Frederica herself with an ice-cold Halifax cod. Yes, it's real. Time to pucker up there, Lauren. You're about to become a Fanatic. It's the only way. Yes. Now, Lauren, it's not all for naught. You're going to walk over the Niagara College gift pack. And, of course, an ice-cold pond water lager. One more time for our newest Fanatic of the pond, Lauren.
All right, fans, how does free French fries sound? If Welland Jackfish pitchers strike out 5 or more opposing batters during any home game this season, each fan here at the park can redeem their game tickets for a free medium fry with any purchase at Welland McDonald's locations, Niagara Street and Lincoln Street. And once again, $10 from every strikeout this season will be donated to the Ronald McDonald House. Fans, a reminder, 50/50 is brought to you by Crime Stoppers of Niagara. Make sure to look out for their volunteers, walk you around the concourse, and purchase your 50/50 tickets today. The draw will take place at the end of the 7th inning.
Bottom of the first, and there is the starter for the Barrie Baycats here in game number 1. Frank Garces. Was there any doubt, RD? No, there wasn't. Who would start game 1 for the Baycats? He has been phenomenal this season, and he's been even better in the playoffs for the Baycats. He's thrown a ton of pitches, and he has been just as good. Garces coming in, probably, I don't know, him and Teo. It's hard to pick 2 better pitchers at this time than those 2 right now.
Absolutely. Just going over his line, it's 3 games so far in the playoffs, 23 innings. That's averaging more than 7 innings a start. And it's a lefty-loaded lineup to face Garces as well. That also, like I mentioned off the top, helps explain why Smybert may be on the bench to start. And Green is your third baseman today, that right-handed bat.
Weisner's going to chop it foul. Going to be key for the Jackfish to try and attack Garces early, Reese. See if they can get to him early on in the ball game. He kind of gets better as long as he goes. Strikeout numbers are always going to be there for Garces, the lefty for the Baycats, as he pumps it outside 1-1.
And it's going to be one of the easiest movements that you're going to see from Garces. You know, his windup, there's not a whole lot going on. Just starts his motion and then goes. Not a tall guy either, 5'11", so we're not seeing extension like we would from a Ben Abram.
Weisner slashes that one in the air, foul. Clark giving it a look, but unable to get there in time, and Weisner now on a 1-2 count.
But Garces does a nice job of mixing speeds. He can paint corners very easily. And with 6 left-handers in the starting lineup for the Welland Jackfish, he'll look to break some bats too.
Tough bargain to have game 1 on NFL opening weekend, Reese, but very good crowd here. 1-2 from Garces is once again fouled out by Weisner.
That's one thing to look forward to as well for the fans here at the pond. They are planning to put the Buffalo Bills game on the Jumbotron once that gets going tonight against the Baltimore Ravens. Normally not a Ravens fan cheering for the Steelers, but for someone who drafted Lamar Jackson on my fantasy team,
Oh,
I am very much a Lamar Jackson fan tonight.
2-2. This is a good at bat to open for Jonah Wisner, Reese.
It is. Yeah, he's the perfect guy to get things started against Garces. Again, whether it results in an out, whether it results in a single or a hit for that matter, just a ton of pitches, a ton of work to kick off Garces' day.
You look at these teams constructed-wise as the 2-2 on the way. Wisner on the ground to second, hit hard, but right at Francisco Hernandez on to first to retire Wisner. You look at these two rotations in bullpen. They're built eerie similar, Reese. They're both three really good starters. Benitez, Rosado, and Garces for the Baycats. Tio, Layer, and Abram for the Welland Jackfish. I mean, pick a card who's going to win those battles.
Yep.
But then you look at their bullpen. Both got a couple of really good guys in there that can come in, get outs for you when you need it. And then they're both straddled with really good closers. Sano on the side of the Baycats and Mendez on the side of the Jackfish. So, again, pitching. Not shocked to see these two teams and two of the best staffs in the IBL.
Yeah, do you have a coin we can flip to try and decide who will be better? Yeah, it really is that close. See Coach trying to fire up the fans early on.
0-1 on the way from Garces. It's 0-2 on Gio. Morelos had a heck of a postseason for the Welland Jackfish. Came up when it mattered most in game number 5, Reese.
He earned that fire helmet afterwards.
Going way more outside. Morelos going to poke that one up the middle past the dive of Hernandez. Base hit. Gio's going to try to stretch it into a double. He's going to be in there.
Love that.
Hustle double for the Cap. And he's in a scoring position with one away.
Batting third, right fielder number 10.
That pitch just caught too much of the plate, Reese, from Garces, especially in an 0-2 count. And Gio's able to poke the bat head out and get it by Hernandez.
Yeah, that got way too much plate. You're right, for an 0-2 count, you got to spot that a little bit better. Morelos stays with it and pokes it up the middle. And we saw what the grass did on Wisner's ground ball. It took that hop and it slowed down and bounced up a little bit higher for second baseman Hernandez to get in a better position to field it. Same situation there. It got into the outfield and just died. And Morello hustling immediately out of the box takes advantage of that.
Of course, you get the 4-man umpiring crew to RD in the finals. As Garces pumps in strike 1 to Mateo Porcelano.
That's what you're going to start to notice as this game continues, is Garces is just going to keep trying to pound that outer part of the plate against these left-handers. You know, they can't do much if he keeps them reaching, so.
Porch goes after the second pitch, sky high on the infield. Third baseman Adamon going to call off Hernandez and make the catch, 2 down. So 2 away for Robbie Mullen. And now you get the righty-lefty matchup here, and it's going to be a 2-out hit for Robbie Mullen to cash Gio at second.
Another guy that we just said had to get going in that Royals series in order for them to pull out a 5-game win. And Mullen had himself a day, not necessarily with the bat, but the free passes. Was hit a couple of times, walked. Of course, he did have himself a base knock, but he did come up big in that series finale.
Robbie Mullen strokes one on the first pitch to center field. Drifting back is the center fielder. McGarry Doyle makes the catch up against the wall. Well, he jumped on the first pitch from Frank Garces. He gave it a ride. McGarry Doyle, excellent read off the bat and able to track it down in center to strand the runner. So both teams getting men aboard here. Reese in scoring position in the first and unable to cash after one. We head to the second, scoreless in game 1.
For a chance to win $25 to our friends at Doc McGilligan's. Here's how this works. When I say go, grab a balloon, bring it down here, and pop it any way you can, not using your hands or feet. First to do so 3 times wins the gift card. Fanatics, I have a question. Are you ready? On your mark, get set, go! They're off. This should be interesting. Oh boy. You all right? Okay, he says no. All right, second balloon in, here we go. We got to a science here. Oh, there we go. All right, last one. Who can pop it first? Here we go. Make some noise for Alex. Down to the home stretch. Who's it gonna be? Congratulations, Alana and Lyric. You're walking home with $21 to Doc McGilligan's, courtesy of Elevate Auto. Make some noise for our contestants. We will be back.
Fans, we're pleased to announce that the Welland Jackfish at the Pond is a licensed entertainment venue. Visit the bait shop concessions or the new Miller Lite dugout located on the third base side to enjoy an ice-cold tall boy. Please drink responsibly, respect the rules, and help us maintain a positive atmosphere for each and every one of our Welland Jackfish fanatics. Fans, you ready to party? Your group, your ball team, or birthday party can join us here at the Pond. Visit fan services at the front gate or wellandjackfish.com/groups for more information about our all-inclusive group tickets, Newark Barge, and VIP Miller Lite Suite. Leading off the second inning for Barrie, left fielder number 6, Tristan Clark.
Clark, Ott, and Jaco due up for the Baycats here in the second inning. Welcome back to the broadcast. Alec Murray and Reese Dumani as Ben Abram back to work. First pitch to Clark is right there for a called strike. Clark's had a really nice season for the Barrie Baycats this year, Reese. Kind of helped the fact that Willie Garcia didn't really work out for the Baycats this season, but having Clark right there, who had a great season for Barrie, really helped them down the stretch.
And it's continued right into the postseason. 355 average for him, and this being game number 9. Yeah, this was you could say easily the coldest team heading into the postseason. I don't think it was close. And it was interesting to see how they would respond after that. They got a huge win on the final day of the regular season.
Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Abram paints it. Clark down looking to open the second.
Third baseman number 26.
But yeah, back to your point.
Odd.
They really did. They almost lost the 2-seed, Reese.
Yep. Yeah, if they lose that game, London's number 2, and London gets Toronto in round 1. Barrie would have to deal with the Guelph Royals.
What a difference that would make, eh?
Who knows where we'd be right now.
Who knows?
Yeah, that'd be, and Toronto took Barrie to the brink, right? Up 2-1. The Baycats win 2 in a row.
Just something about Toronto and Guelph when it gets to the playoffs. They're just such pesky teams.
Yeah.
Jackfish fans know that all too well.
You know, they kind of needed something to start clicking, did the Baycats in round number 1, and they just squeaked out a victory in game 1.
You go back to Hamilton, who just could not stop a baseball in the infield. Too many errors in that series, Reese. I believe we were talking to Julius pregame. He said 11 errors for the Cardinals in a 3-game sweep by the Baycats. Just can't happen. But that one is crushed deep to right field. That ball is up and it is gone. Adam Odd jumps all over a fastball from Abram, and a solo shot gets Barrie on the board to open the final. He got all of that, Reese. And in an afternoon that's going to be hard to hit home runs, wasn't stopping that one.
No, he was all over it. Line shot into right field that just kept going, and Ben's usually good for one.
Point fielder number 55, Hayden
And they're
Jacob.
usually solo.
His words. But yeah, just a pitch that, again, it got way too much of the plate. Saw his parents pregame with the fish hats on again.
Abram right back into the strike zone. I mean, it's going to happen when you're in the zone as much as Ben Abram is, Reese, but yeah, the solo shots. And then he just seems to kind of roll from there.
Yeah, every time we've seen it happen, it was like 8 to 10 batters in a row that he'd find a way to get out. So
Comes right after Jaco, and he's ahead 0-2.
It doesn't affect him at all. Just back to work. If you're going to give up a home run, best time to do it is with nobody on.
So Barrie striking first here in the second. The 0-2 from Abram on the way. That one is right back up the middle. Going to be a tough play. Luther has it on to first in time. What range by Brendan Luther over there at shortstop. Nice stretch by Grayson Barrett to get the second out of the second inning.
Catcher number 44, Tyler Plumpton.
That's just a great play by Luther.
Yeah, it continues to amazes me how much range that dude has. And as a shortstop, you have to have a lot of range. That kind of a Captain Obvious key to the game for me right there. But no, just that's so simple. He makes it look so easy, and it's a quick transition, glove to hand, and he just got the runner at first base there.
Outside corner for a called strike to Plumpton. Luther started the season as the second baseman. Had some defensive troubles, Reese, both him and Weisner.
Yeah.
They flip him. And then Luther has just gotten better and better over time. He hasn't looked back from that shortstop. Check swing. He went around, says Jeff Rose at first. It's 0-2.
A little bit of a stronger arm in Luther there as well at shortstop, so you make him make the longer throw. Weisner shifts to second, and yeah, they've looked really good.
Abram rocks into the 0-2 on the way, goes outside. Plumpton laying off.
That was back-to-back 0-2 counts after giving up that home run. So Abram continuing to be aggressive in the strike zone, going at these hitters, not afraid to lay one in there and see if they can get themselves a knock.
The 1-2 from Big Ben. Plumpton lays off again, 2-2.
Usually what he likes to do, he likes to be in the zone early with the fastball, establish that strike zone, and then as soon as you get to 0-2, 1-2, that's when he starts to try and get you to chase and see if you can expand your strike zone. Just couldn't get it done on the last two pitches there.
2-2 on the way from Abram in the dirt, and it's a full count. See Plumpton, very old school, no batting gloves. Don't see that very much anymore, Reese.
Well, not when you have smack batting gloves at your disposal. They've made their way around the league.
They have. Almost every, got one or two guys on each team that have a pair.
Yep.
A payoff coming from Abram here to Plumpton. It's going to be hit on the ground to third. Past Thomas Green and into left field. Nice at bat for Plumpton. He's aboard with two away. He's going to give Jeff Rose a hard time down there at first base.
Designated hitter number 28, Noah Hall.
To go from 0-2, Abram tries to get you to chase a couple of times. You hold off, and then you shoot it by Green. That's just a heck of a job at the plate from Tyler Plumpton to get himself aboard. And that was a sharp single, too. Hit right on the screws.
So now Noah Hall, who's the DH this afternoon. Want to leave it here, Reese. Don't want to get back to Noel McGarry Doyle at the top.
Already seen the impact he has defensively running that Mullen fly ball down, but he's definitely dangerous at the plate.
Abram comes set back into the stretch with Plumpton at first. Not a threat to steal, 2-0. I think you got to just attack Hall in this situation.
Got to go at him, for sure. You have to think this has to be a strike in the zone. And you're not trying to just lay one over there. You're still trying to find a corner. But you have to figure it's got to be in the strike zone.
There it is, first called strike one.
That's not a location Hall's looking for there. It's a little bit too far in that he really can't do a ton with it except roll over or break his bat. So still in a hitter's count, though, 2-1.
That ball is launched deep to right field. Porcelano back, makes the catch up against the wall. Noah Hall almost had the second long ball of the inning for the Barrie Baycats. A nice job by Mateo Porcelano, Reese. That ball probably gets out on a lot of other days here at the pond. Not today. It's got to be hit hard. Exactly what Adamant did to get the Baycats on the board. They strike first here in game one as we head to the bottom of the second. 1-0. Baycats on top.
Your time is now. You're ready for your next big step. Niagara College is a proven leader among Ontario colleges. Our students are prepared to succeed and drive innovation locally and around the world. Our supportive student culture and state-of-the-art learning facilities help you achieve your dream. Choose academic excellence. Choose experiential learning. Choose career success. Choose Niagara College today. Visit niagaracollege.ca/apply.
Let me into my zone, let me into my zone. Please don't let me into my zone, let me into my zone. Let me into my zone, let me into my zone. Please don't let me in. Yeah. Can't answer my phone now, just leave it there, that tone. Ballin' can't beat me up, cause I'm back in my zone now. Cause I'm back in my zone now.
Bottom of the second. Game one, Baycats, Jackfish, Alec Murray, Reese Dumani. Thanks for joining us and choosing us on NFL opening kickoff weekend, Reese. As Jake Sanford will lead things off for the Welland Jackfish, it'll go 5, 6, 7. I know we're both pretty happy right now.
Yes.
Up in the booth.
Very much so. Especially after the Steelers were trailing by 9 after 3.
Wave and a miss from Sanford, 0-1. Big win to start the season for Pittsburgh. Might get some hate up here for this, but that's
Probably.
all right. 0-1 on the way from Garces. Called strike 2.
That's one trip I would like to see if I can make, the NFL draft next year in Pittsburgh.
Garces getting those calls on the outside of the plate. Reese got to go right back there.
Absolutely you do.
Jake's got to swing at it. 3 pitches to retire Sanford, 1 away. Not a great at-bat to open for Jake.
Well, that's Garces just continuing to pound that outer corner like we said, and there he got Sanford to expand the strike zone.
That movement on his pitches, Reese, they look like they're outside, but they cross the plate. He's clipping that front area of home plate. That's when he's at his best. He's got good stuff here to start.
And especially with that put-away pitch there, it starts as a strike for about 50 feet. In the last 10, it just slides away.
There it is again.
Yeah, he's going to live there.
He's just going to, you can't do anything with it. And when you can locate that good luck.
Yeah.
Garces long stare in. Barrett just going to go with it and dump it into left field, base hit. 1 out single for Barrett. Has him aboard, as that'll bring up Thomas Green. I mean, he can continue to go there, but the Jackfish have to adjust, and that's exactly what Grayson Barrett does, Reese. Because he's going to start the at-bat right on the outside, then he's going to keep moving, moving.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, you have to let the ball travel a little bit further. And Grayson Barrett, that's textbook hitting right there against a left-hander who's, like you said, just trying to pound the outer corner. He's just going to keep going out and out the deeper he gets into a count. So you let it travel that split second longer, you get the barrel to it, and you shoot it the other way. And there's a ton of room down that line.
Green, high job at a third. It's going to be a tough play for Adamant. Nice play. Throw to first is not in time. It gets away into right field. Green's headed for second. Barrett to third, and the Jackfish are in business in the second. And that'll bring in Brendan Luther with runners at second and third with 1 away.
going to be a close play either way. Odd didn't get a ton on the throw. It seems like he was set up. He had a pretty decent transfer too, but a throw that was well short of first base. And then normally if it bounces in the grass, it either gives you a really tough hop or it really gives you an easy hop. And Macabrota just couldn't come up with it over there at first base. It squeaks out into right field, and one swing of the bat gives the Jackfish the lead.
Time is called. If I'm Luther, I'm just ready for that fastball on the outside part of the plate, Reese. Yeah. You're gearing up for it here. You know what's coming. Stays outside, 1-0. So Garces dealing with traffic for the second inning.
This is what we talk about all season long for the Jackfish. Can that clutch hitting with runners in scoring position with less than 2 outs be there? We're going to find out early in this series right now.
Well outside, 2-0. Plumpton tried to frame it up.
You saw Garces nod his head there, like, yeah, that's away. That's where I want to live, though. So he's all right with that result.
And, I mean, usually you're attacking the 8-9 guys in the lineup. You got to be so careful with Luther. He's one of the best, if not the best, contact hitter in the IBL. Infield's in for Barrie. That's a strike. 2-1.
You don't got to get it done with something hard. A bloop single will, or a bloop hit will get down with the infield playing in.
I wonder if he lays a bunt down here. I'm surprised he hasn't shown here. Usually Brian Esri loves to put those on in this situation, Reese.
Got enough speed.
3-1. Brennan Hupe, the righty, on deck. I was going to say, not the end of the world maybe if Luther reaches. You set up the double play ball, but, I mean, don't really want to have the bases loaded less than ideal with less than 2 outs.
No, and that's what I was going to say. It's not going to be the worst case scenario if he's put on. But also, Hupe has probably hit the biggest home run of the season last round against Guelph Royals. So
that's ball 4. They walk Luther. And Brandon Hupe, once again, who's been so clutch for the Welland Jackfish in the playoffs, Reese, is going to have another chance to write another chapter in his book this year.
Number 9 hitter coming into this game, hitting .321 with 6 driven in. I'd say that's pretty good. Yeah, Hupe has done his job, to say the least. For part of that Game 5, it was this part of the lineup that was carrying the load and keeping the Jackfish in it with, I could say, the first 3 runs of that game coming from the bottom of the order. So
something that Garces does never do is allow a free pass, and now the bases are loaded. He wanted no part of Brendan Luther in that situation at all.
No, and credit to Brendan Luther as well, trying to not do too much, understanding that he has somebody capable behind him that can put a good swing on something. So patient at the plate, never got his pitch, so he took the walk.
Gapshot could score 3 here. He goes after the first pitch, base hit into left field. Barrett scores. Green's going to score. 2 RBI single for Hupe. Jackfish take the lead. He wasted no time going after the first pitch and got it by the end. Adam Ott at third base. And once again, Hupe, huge again for Welland.
Just a dude that was ready to hit. Had no interest to do anything else but put a good swing on a pitch. And Garces threw that first one with too much plate. Just got way too much, and Hupe was ready for it. At third base, Odd was too far off the bag to get that one. So bottom of the order does it again. Sets it up for Weisner here.
2 on, only 1 out still here in the second. Called strike to Weisner.
And that's a heck of a response to get the lead for your pitcher after he gives up a home run in the top half. To come immediately back and get yourself the lead is huge.
2-1 here early on. Jackfish had jumped to Garces in the second inning.
Talked off the top how little scoring we could see. That probably jinxed us for this series.
This is going to be a bloodbath.
Probably. Now both these guys, they've got enough experience in this league. They know how to work themselves in and out of these jams. So,
Game 2 goes Tuesday in Barrie of this best of 7. Jonah Weisner, that's going to slice foul. Clark after it, not going to get there in time. Only back-to-back in this series is next weekend and a Saturday and a Sunday, Reese. As the sun now starts to peek through here at Welland Stadium. The shadows starting to play a role here now. Really just a beautiful day for baseball. Not too hot, but just warm enough. Still got some blankets out, though, around the seats here at Welland Stadium. The 0-2, able to lay off.
that's a really good hold.
It's a really good pitch.
Garces looking for the chase again, and Weisner able to hold up nicely. Again, it looks like a strike for about the first 40 or 50 feet, and then the bottom just falls out.
Wind blowing out to dead center. The 1-2 on the way. Weisner fights it off. He had a really good at-bat to open the ball game for the Welland Jackfish. Did Jonah Weisner.
And it's those quality at-bats early in games that help you down the road. You know, those 6, 7, 8, 9 pitch at-bats early on might result in an out, but it does a lot for your confidence, your team's confidence, and what you're looking for out of Garces.
1-2 coming from Frank Garces here, trying to get out of a jam. Already 2 in for the Fish in the second. Taking off for third base. Weiser's going to poke one into right field. It's over the head of Hayden Janko. 1 run's going to score. Weisner on his horse. Hupe into third. It's an RBI double for Jonah Weisner. 3-1 Jackfish. There's the first big costly mistake of this series, Reese. That ball has to be caught in right field. And now runners at second and third with only 1 away still. And the middle of the order coming up for Welland.
Jaco just came in too far. Had it go over his head, just misjudged it off the bat, and that proves costly. If Hupe doesn't have to hold up to see if it's caught or not, he scores. And that should force the Baycats infield in one more time. Just a bad route to that baseball. I would say on a fairly similar hit ball as we saw the home run and the line out to end the top half of the inning.
Garces has already given up more hits and runs in this start than he has any other start in the playoffs, Reese. This is his 4th start. He's only given up 4 hits. That's the most he's given up in any start in the IBL playoffs, and he's already given that up here to the Jackfish in the second inning. Gave up 3 runs to Toronto, so he's already matched that high. And the Jackfish have really got to Frank Garces here in game 1.
Now, the Maple Leafs and Cardinals provide their own challenges, of course, but these Welland Jackfish are just a different animal.
The 2-0. Gio fights it off. You know, Morello, a double in the first. He's 1 for 1. If you asked me pregame if the Jackfish were going to jump on Garces this early, I would have called you crazy.
Yeah.
He's that dominant, Reese.
It's very rare to get 3 runs in less than 2 innings off a guy like this.
He's only pitched 1 1/3. Still only 1 away here in the second. Gio off the end of his bat. Third baseman Odd calling for it. He'll make the catch, 2 down. That is the best case scenario for Barrie. And now you look for Mateo Porcelato to come through with a big hit. It would score 2.
Baycats definitely needed a pop-up or a strikeout there, and they got one from Morello. He was just looking to elevate the baseball. Some frustration going back to the dugout as well. He just banged his bat off that side railing, but tried to elevate it and scored 2 runs, just got way too under it.
Talk about game 2 on Tuesday. We'll have Julius and Ben and Maddie taking care of that one for you in Barrie. Strike 1 called to Porch.
I'm going to finally get to Barrie for a visit to that stadium that counts, because just going there, I guess, doesn't.
Yes.
You told me it doesn't. Nah, it doesn't count. No, looking forward to that one. Those crowds have been really electric in Barrie.
0-1 on the way from Garces. Porcelato on the ground as second. Should end the inning. Hernandez to first in time. And he gets out of it with only giving up 3. But the Welland Jackfish march 8 to the plate. They cash 3. And a big-time answer after going down early in this one. They get 3 for Big Ben. After 2, the Jackfish on top 3-1 here in Game 1 of the IBL Finals.
Amanda and Justin versus Kieran and Joval for the CA Niagara Stack and Dash competition. Here's how this works. When I say go, you're going to take off, grab a donut, bring it back, stack it on your partner. At what point? Once all 4 are stacked, you bring it on back to me at the finish line. First team across the line wins $25 to Boston Pizza, courtesy of CAA Niagara. Fanatics, make some noise for our contestants! I said make some noise for our contestants! Much better. On your mark, get set, go! Your end is in it to win it. And a mission. Oh my. You've done this before, Kieran. All right, first on it down. That's a boy, Justin. Okay, you've been training for this all year. There we go. Second donut in. That's a pretty good one so far. All right, so next, can we get the noise up? We're on our 3rd donut. We're looking real hard at this, and you're sitting there just watching. Here we go. 3rd one is getting a lot more even here. And down to the last donut. I saw you struggling there, Justin. That way. That way. Oh, it's going to be tight. It's going to be tight. Yes. With the tie. Congratulations, Amanda and Justin. You're walking home with $20 at Boston Pizza, courtesy of CA Niagara. Fanatics, we'll be back.
Fans are reminded if you snag a foul ball today, visit us at Fan Services located at the front gate and redeem your foul ball for a brand new Jackfish logo baseball. Perfect for post-game autographs. Leading off the 3rd inning for the Baycats, center fielder Noel McGarry Doyle.
Back to the top of the lineup for the Barrie Baycats to face Ben Abram here in the 3rd. Noel McGarry Doyle will lead things off 0 for 1. Ground out back in the 1st to lead off the ball game. Showing bunt, but sending it foul. He's got lots of speed.
Yeah, that'll play big in this series. How much each team decides to play small ball. We've seen plenty of it in the playoffs so far. Because it's really tough to outslug your opponent at this point in the season.
0-2 on McGarry Doyle.
That's where those role players come in, the guys that can drop down bunts, the guys that find their way to get on base and then they swipe 90 feet.
Check it out, y'all.
You mentioned how much the defense is going to play a factor. I think the small ball part of the game as well. Which team is more aggressive? Throw out all 27 outs.
0-2 from Abram is outside. McGarry Doyle laying off.
Arguably the best matchup in terms of center fielders as well. You think of Noel McGarry Doyle, you think of Gio Morello too.
Chop foul.
Baycats first base coach heard it, hearing it from the crowd. Thought he should have made that play.
A 1-2 from Abram. McGarry Doyle puts a charge into one deep to right center field. That ball is back, and that ball is gone. Second solo home run of the afternoon for the Barrie Baycats. And they're right back within one as Noel McGarry Doyle opens the top of the 3rd with a bomb. Had him 0-2, couldn't put him away, Reese.
Just left it up. That's another pitch that's just way too hittable. There's just too much talent in the batter's box there to throw a pitch there, and he was all over it. Those are two no-doubt home runs for the Barrie Baycats.
Abram goes ball 1 to Hernandez. Now just got to reset in the inning.
You still got that one-run cushion, so now you just refocus and look to get out of this inning with the lead.
That ball skied shallow left field. Coming in, Brandon Hupe's got it, one away.
Big bounce back there from Abram. Had to get that out there following the home run. Does just that. Gets a lazy fly ball out to left field. We know Abram. He's not going to be fazed by it. Best home run you can give up is a solo shot, just like I said last inning. So, but again, you got to focus on making sure your offense still has the lead when they come up to the plate in the bottom half.
So a 3-2 ball game here early on in this one. Hernandez fouls it off.
Going through the lineup second time through. Start to see the adjustments from the hitters and the pitcher. I think they want to come inside here potentially.
A 1-1 from Abram. Yanks it outside.
Saw Mullen move there to the inside part of the plate, and Abram just pulled it. Held on to it for a little bit too long.
A 2-1 from Abram. Right there on the corner. 2-2.
That's paint. Can't do anything with that.
Two on the way from Abram. That one's in the air. Carrying left field. Hupe under it. Makes the catch. 2 down.
Another pitch that just seemed to stay up, but luckily Hernandez was just too far under it to really drive it anywhere. It's a couple of big outs after giving up that home run.
A 1-0 coming from Abram to Macabrota. Called strike 1.
This is a guy we talked about pregame that we're looking to see what kind of series he has. It hasn't been the best playoffs for him. He was a very consistent hitter throughout the regular season, but so far it's just a .219 clip for Macabrota. A guy who was an all-star, home run derby participant, but 11 Ks so far in the playoffs for Macabrota. Big thing for him, he got the game-winning hit in round 1 against Toronto. So you tend to forget some of the Ks in the series, but I'm interested to see what kind of matchup he has against these Jackfish pitchers.
1-2 from Abram. Weak contact in on his hands on the ground. Weisner to first in time. Side retired here in the top of the third, but Noel McGarry-Doyle, another solo shot for the Baycats. They've got 2 through 3 innings, but they trail 3-2. We head to the bottom of the third here in Game 1 of the IBL Finals.
Did you know your dollar does more in Niagara with Penn Financial? And you get the same benefits and rates, except we get to know you better, like true neighbors do. Penn Financial, Niagara's truly local credit union.
Niagara College programs immerse students with a highly experiential learning environment enhanced by digital technologies. We place students at the center of all that we do. We are Niagara College.
Fans, join us here at the Pond this upcoming Thursday, September 11th for Game 3 of the 2025 IBL Finals. Group, VIP, and single game tickets are on sale now at wellandjackfish.com/tix or call 905-735-9834. Leading off the third inning for Welland, catcher number 23, Robert Mullen.
Robbie Mullen will lead things off here in the bottom of the third. Welcome to the broadcast, Alec Murray. Alongside Reese Dumani. Robbie 0 for 1, but he gave it a ride. Reese to left center, just missing it. He lines up here against Garces, 4-5-6 in the Jackfish order to face Frank here in the third.
Mullen, the only hitter not to bat in that second inning.
Way out in front of a breaking ball, and it's 1-1. He was ready for the fastball, Reese, and Garces had him fooled.
There's a first pitch swing and line out in that first at-bat. They're just trying to stay away from him now. He saw Plumpton move way outside.
Well, you don't want to come inside to Robbie Mullen, and teams have learned that the hard way. All season long. Now they're going to come inside to him, though. 2-1. In on his hands, and it's 3-1. It's a really good pitch for Garces.
That's the thing. If you're going to come inside on Mullen, you better miss inside and not over the plate.
You got to be confident you're going to hit your spot.
Yep.
So a 3-1 now from Garces. Coming to Robbie. Wave and a miss, and it's a full count. Thought he was going to see a good pitch to hit.
Got a good swing off.
Just under it. Payoff coming from Garces. Rocks into the windup. Here comes the 3-2. It's inside on Robbie. He did not swing, and he's going to be aboard ball 4. Second walk of the game for Garces, and the leadoff man's aboard here in the third.
Just 6 walks in the previous 3 outings for Garces in this postseason, so it's already a third of the way there in this ball game, and that's just give credit to the Jackfish hitters for their patience. We've seen it all season long. They haven't been afraid to take walks. You know, they understand the strike zone really well.
Jake Sanford gets into one. That ball is crushed deep to right field. It is gone! His first of the postseason. Jake Sanford on a St. Lawrence drive, and the Jackfish take a 5-2 lead. One of the ugliest at-bats for him in his first, Reese, and he gets a first pitch fastball, and he does not miss it.
You don't see that too often. A left-hander off of Garces doing damage, but Jake Sanford ambushed him. Was all over it. It was just a question whether it was fair or foul. As he drove it right down that right field line, it stayed inside the pole and got the crowd on its feet and got the lead.
And Jake Sanford makes you pay. They've been waiting for that from Sanford. He got going in Game 5 of the Guelph Series, went hitless until then. Reese did not have a hit in his first 2 games. And little quick pitch now. Barrett, a good job to stay alive. 5 runs off Frank Garces through 2 innings. He doesn't have an out yet in the third, so technically it's 2 innings.
That's crazy.
Not on your bingo card here this afternoon.
Rightfully so. There's no action in the Baycats pen, right? This is still your best guy you want on the bump. Josh Matlow knows that. He's not going to overreact.
50th pitch of the afternoon already coming up for Garces here, and he doesn't have an out in the third.
It is very similar to game one against Claudio Custodio, where you get yourself the lead and then you just try to hang on to it and continue to work him so you can get to the pen early enough. Seeing a little deja vu here in game number one against Barrie.
Barrett, great take outside, 2-2.
That's a tough take. I don't know how you don't swing at that.
I tell you what, these Jackfish hitters have put together some really good at-bats against Garces. Swing and a miss. He finally wins the battle. First out here in the third.
Looked like he slowed things down there against Barrett. Got him way out in front.
Third base.
He still saw
number 1, Thomas.
Some pitches. He still fouled off a couple of balls and just looking for a good pitch to hit. Never got it, as Garces was able to finish him off. And when we say it's rare for a left-handed hitter to go yard off of Garces, it really is. Even to hit singles as a left-handed hitter off Garces is a challenge.
So now you get the righty matchup as Thomas Green steps in. He goes after the first pitch, almost snuck it down that first base line, but it's foul. Green, credited with a base hit in the second inning, came around to score in that 3-run inning for the Welland Jackfish.
This is a guy you have to get going at the plate as well. We mentioned how many Jackfish hitters needed to get something out of game 5. Well, it's nice to see Green wasn't hit hard, wasn't hit out of the infield, but he still found a way to get to first base and actually to second after the throwing error. So if he can get going along with his stellar defensive play, just another tough out in this Jackfish lineup.
Catches the front corner on that pitch, 1-2 to Green.
He's a happy man. Purdue 2-0. College football.
One-two to Green. Misfiring Garces, evening it up at 2s.
Seems like they're really recognizing the pitches immediately out of the hand at Garces. You know, it doesn't look like any hitter is really in between right now. Maybe except minus for Sanford's first at-bat, but definitely made up for it.
Oh, it's just a first pitch ambush.
Yeah.
He knew exactly what was coming.
These are all confident swings from these Jackfish hitters. Doesn't seem like they're getting fooled.
A 2-2 on the way from Frank Garces. Quick pitch to Green, in on his hands, gonna bloop one into right field. That's down for a base hit. Just able to fight it off. Green's 2 for 2 to open his afternoon here, and that continues for Brendan Luther.
Number 20.
I mean, they're just getting a piece of everything, Reese. He's not, like you said, he's not fooling anybody in the batter's box.
And there's no need to go outside your abilities. There's no reason to try and hit home runs every time, hit doubles every time. Like, you just take your little bloops to right field like Green did. You take the bouncing balls on the infield like he did in his first at-bat. That's what playoff baseball is. You just have to find a way to get good wood on the ball, or just any wood on the ball.
Luther on the first pitch, skies it into center field. Camping under it, McGarry Doyle. 2 down. And that'll bring in Brendan Hupe, who had the big swing in the second inning.
Your left fielder, number 21, Brandon.
2-run single for Hupe back in that second. Just continuing to have himself an excellent postseason. Taking off, Green for second. Big swing, Hupe, no shot. And Green's in with a stolen base. Well, I mean, a guy who was out of the lineup in Game 5, he got the scratch. Reese, now he's got to prove himself to stay in that lineup. He knows they've got a viable guy who's sitting this afternoon, and boy, has he done a great job.
Yeah, he recognizes that. He knows he's got to fight to stay in the lineup throughout this final series. You know, it's doing it with the bat. It's doing it on the field, you know, with your legs like we just saw there. Wasn't even close. Got a great jump off of Garces. Any way you can make yourself valuable to your manager will keep you in the lineup.
Green standing at second in scoring position. Hupe in a 1-1 count. Here comes the pitch. Wave and a miss, 1-2.
It's a big spot early on for Garces. You have to imagine he's got to keep it at 5. Has to find a way to get Hupe here because he doesn't want to see the top of the lineup again.
One and two, Garces. They're going to go inside of Hupe. Got him. And Garces gets out of it. But the Welland Jackfish have whacked around Frank Garces in Game 1. He's through 3, but he's given up 5. Jake Sanford, the big blow, a 2-run bomb, and we got 3 home runs through 3 innings here in Game 1 of the IBL Finals. Jackfish on top early, 5-2. We'll head to the 4th here in Game 1.
Ready to go. Our contestants are ready to go. Ryan, take it away.
All right, Fanatics, we've got Melanie and Adam versus Dan and Evan for the IG Wealth Management Bear Cruzy Group Fisherman's Race. Here, let's how this works. When I say go, come on down, grab a fish, bring it back, drop it in the bucket. Once all 3 fish are dropped in the bucket, first team across the line wins $25 of Boston Pizza. Fanatics, are you ready? You guys all listening? I said, are you ready? On your mark, get set, go! Hey guys, you're supposed to be speedboats. Speedboats. It's more like a pontoon out here. All right, 1 fish down. We don't got out there. Wow, really ripping it. All right, guys, keep the noise up. Maybe we'll go a little faster. We don't know. We'll see. There you go. Last one. Here we go. Yep, give it to him. That's baloney. They still take it home. Congratulations to Dan and Evan. You're walking home with $200 of Boston Pizza. Fanatics, make some noise for our contestants. We'll be back.
Leading off the 4th inning for the Barrie Baycats, left fielder Tristan Clark.
Top of the 4th. 5-2. Welland Jackfish on top. The Barrie Baycats here in Game 1 is Ben Abram. Heading back to work at 41 pitches through 3. Gets a swing and a miss from Clark, 0-1. He's made 2 bad pitches in this ball game, Reese, and they both left the yard.
Yep. Yeah, that's been really it. Obviously, small sample size, this only being inning number 4, but yeah, take those 2 pitches away. He's been his dominant self.
Just foul down the third base line. It's 0-2.
We mentioned it last inning, how much he just needs to keep it at 3-2. Make sure his offense comes back to the plate with the lead. Was able to do that, and then they got him 2 more. So from this point on, Abrams just looking for zeros. And it would be huge to get one here in the 4th.
An 0-2 on the way. Clark gets a piece of it up into the seats.
That's any team. For any pitcher to throw up a donut after you score runs, just keeps the momentum on your side. You know, understanding that the offense is getting the job done for the guy on the mound, giving him the run support. You know, you want the same thing on the other side too. Ben Abrams not going to change much. Still going to attack hitters, still going to be aggressive in the strike zone. But it is about limiting those mistakes.
Missing 2-2.
That's one thing the Barrie Baycats are just going to have to adjust to in this being the second and then eventually in the third time around, is understanding how Abram wants to attack them.
Three and two now.
Got to avoid those, though. And when you're ahead in the count and then fall behind, you get frustrated if you let a guy off the hook. So expect Abram to attack him here.
That one's ripped into left field over the head of Green. That's a base hit. Hupe's got it. Clark's got a hold to a single. And the leadoff man's aboard. Hits, and more hits to start here in game one.
And that's what can happen when you work yourself into a count where it was 1-2, but it works to 3-2, and you have to throw one in the strike zone because you don't want to walk him. You leave it too much over the plate, and he does that. And Clark did a nice job of working that count full, getting a good pitch to hit, and lining that into left. See if he can't start something for his team.
Abram's pitch is downstairs for ball one to Adam Odd, who's 1 for 1 with a solo home run in the second inning. (5-2) here in the fourth. (2-0) to Odd. Abrams really got to battle back and throw up a 0 here.
Yeah, he's got to bear down. Now, you can't get, I guess scared's the best word. Can't get scared of Odd. Yeah, he hit a home run, but still got a pitch.
Paints the outside corner, 2-1.
You don't shy away from that plan of attack if you're Ben Abram just because a guy hits a solo shot off you. So that's a good quality strike there. 2-0. Odd's not looking for that pitch, so it's a nice job to at least start to get yourself back into the count.
Hey, Jaco's on deck for the Baycats. Clark aboard at first, nobody away here in the top of the fourth. That ball smacked into right field, base hit. Clark's got a hold at second, and the Baycats have the first 2 on here in the fourth inning.
Right fielder Hayden Jaco.
It looked like for a second Odd was just going to be a little bit out in front of that pitch, but he slowed himself down. He kept the hands back and put a really nice swing on that pitch to line it into right field.
Keep in mind, 50-50 jackpot. Take home already over $1,000 today. Get those 50-50 tickets before the end of the 7th inning.
Curious if Jaco lays one down here. Corners are in for the fish.
Need a strikeout or a ground ball in this situation, or an infield pop-up.
Yeah, infield pop-up's an automatic out in this spot, so that would be helpful.
An 0-1 on the way, showing bunt and sending it foul. Now 0-2, trying to advance those runners. Jaco got Tyler Plumpton and Noah Hull on deck and in the hole, Reese. Bottom of this order.
I'm surprised we didn't see him square until it was 0-1 on Jaco. And that one there, he sort of lunged and pushed at that ball. I know it was towards the outer part of the plate, but you almost want to receive that ball as it's coming in with the bat. Tilt it, of course, whichever direction you want to go, but you want to receive it, not jab at it.
Pitch is high. Ball 1.
Got to put him away here. Got to find a way to put him away.
Yeah, you have this one and the last one, Reese, to kind of waste if you want to, but then you got to go right at him.
Yep. Yeah, no fooling around.
What's your best stuff here? A 1-2 on the way from Abram. Here it comes. Oh, he thought about it. Great take by Jaco, and it's 2-2.
And that's Abram's bread and butter. He usually gets the swing and miss there, but Jaco kept the hands back and didn't chase it. Can't get full here.
No, you got to come right at him, right into the zone. Challenge him. A 2-2 on the way, fouls it off.
If you're the defense, got to make sure you at least get one. Ground ball, double play would be awesome, but you got to make sure you get one.
Another 2-2 coming to Jaco. 2 on, nobody out. Here in the 4th. Abram checks the runner in second. Now offers home. Swung on and missed. Or did he get a piece of it?
Just got a piece.
Just a piece of that fastball. But that's the challenge pitch you're talking about, Reese.
Yep.
Go right back there.
Yeah, he was late. Yep.
Two once again to Abram. Looking to put away Jaco here for the first out. Just missing. Third base line. Looks like he's got his glove now. Here comes the 3-2. That ball's into left field. It's a base hit. They're going to send the runner Clark. Here's the throw. Home from Green. They got him at home. What a relay throw. Hupe to Green to Mullen to Can Clark. And now one away here in the 4th. Massive. Josh Matlow can't believe it.
That's a risky send.
Clark does not have a lot of speed, Reese.
Well, and Hupe had the ball as he touched third base. Or he was about a step past it, but he wasn't very far. I thought you'd take your chances, bases loaded, nobody out, with Plumpton coming up, who's already singled. You had Ben Abram on the ropes there. Someone got thrown out.
Somebody just got tossed from the Barrie dugout. Was it Josh Matlow, or was it one of the players? If it's Clark, that's a massive loss for the Baycats. And now Josh Matlow's going to come out and have a conversation.
It was Ryan Rio.
Ryan Rio will make the walk up the stairs here at Welland Stadium. And he'll have to watch the rest of this one in the clubhouse. Josh Matlow still out there having a conversation with the home plate umpire. Close play at the plate. It was bang, bang, Reese. I just think with nobody out, why do you send him in that situation, Reese?
Yeah.
You know, bases loaded with nobody away.
Abram clearly struggling.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You can't find a pitch to put anybody away. I don't understand the send at third. It doesn't make sense in that situation.
And you know what? Part of when Matlow first came out, it looked like he was directing his attention mostly towards his third base coach and not at the umpire. Just the way his body was angled and the way he was speaking. Almost looked like he was looking around the plate umpire to third base. So, yeah, I'm not sure about that send.
Well, it cost Ryan Rio the rest of this one from the dugout. 1-0 on the way from Abram. 2-0.
A tough spot to be in here behind 2-0.
It's a big call early in this one. That one is right up the middle. What a play by Weisner. Step on second, on to first, in time. Twin killing to end the fourth. What a turn of events, and the Baycats get none. They could have had the bases loaded with nobody out instead. The inning is over. They don't get a run. What a job by Abram. Heck of a play defensively by Jonah Weisner. We head to the bottom of the fourth. 5-3 or 5-2. Jackfish on top here in game one.
It was a rare bug and a rattling bug, and the bug down in the valley, yo. The bug down in the valley, yo. Rare bug, the rattling bug, the bug down in the valley, yo. The bug down in the valley, yo. Rare bug, the rattling bug, the bug down in the valley, yo. On this bug there was a tree, a rare tree, a rattling tree, the tree in the bog and the bog down in the valley, yo. The rattling bog, the bog down in the valley, yo. The rare bog, the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley, yo. On this tree there was a limb, a rare limb, a rattling limb, the limb on the tree in the bog and the bog down in the valley, yo. The rattling bog, the bog down in the valley, yo. The rare bog, the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley, yo. On this limb there was a branch, a rare branch, a rattling branch, the branch on the limb and the limb on the tree in the bog and the bog down in the valley, yo. The rattling bog, the bog down in the valley, yo. The rare bog, the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley, yo. On this branch there was a twig, a rare twig, a rattling twig, a twig on the branch and the branch on the limb and the limb on the tree in the bog and the bog down in the valley, yo. The rattling bog, the bog down in the valley, yo. The rare bog, the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley, yo.
Fans, the one, the only Green Bee. Leading off the fourth inning for your Welland Jackfish, second baseman number 4, Jonah Weisner.
To the bottom of the fourth we go. Entertaining left, right, and center this ball game early on. Jonah Weisner takes ball one. Baycats hurt themselves in the top half of the fourth, Reese, and they don't get a run off Abram, who was laboring through that inning. Had given up 3 consecutive base hits.
Just seemed like you're trying to force something that you didn't have to.
Weisner right up the middle. That's a base hit. And they pick up right where they left off on Garces.
Don't get me wrong, I love being aggressive in the game of baseball, trying to take that extra 90 feet. I love it. But you also have to recognize the situation where the ball is,
Number 11,
how the pitcher's doing at that point in time. Ben Abram was struggling. He was getting ahead of hitters, but he wasn't putting them away. So that goes into it. And to send someone in the moment is tough, don't get me wrong. But bases loaded, nobody out against Abram, where he hadn't looked normal in that inning. And I'd mentioned that that Plumpton had already singled off of Abram too. So in that situation, if same way it works out, a ball up the middle, sure, it's a double play, but it's a run, and it's 5-3. You still have a runner on third. Again, Stars would have to align if that was the case, but
ball one fired into Gio Morello. What a ball game these first 4 innings have been.
Hard to imagine it's only the 4th inning and everything that's happened has happened.
You also show how strongly Rio Reese thought of that call, because that's a guy who never, you very rarely see him get worked up.
Yep. Forgot to check the cleats pregame. We'll have to ask him after.
1-1 on the way from Garces. Is swung on and missed by Gio. 1-2.
Curious if they put Wisner in motion here.
Why not?
Gio Morello, a guy that puts the ball in play more often than not. See if he can get the defense moving on this 1-2 pitch.
A 1-2 coming from Frank Garces. Long pause on the mound, checks first. There goes Wisner. Gio's going to put a piece of the bat on it into foul territory. Giving it a look, but it's into the seats.
Fans at 50-50.
It's almost a run and hit situation where you get Wisner moving at first base. If the pitch is a strike, you go at it. If it's not, you leave it. Take your chances at second with the catcher's throw. So Morello having to protect on 2 strikes. Saw Wisner take his peek in, saw it was in the air, and immediately retreated back to first.
A 1-2 once again from Frank Garces. And once again, same result. Gio fights it off.
I really thought it was going to be a struggle for these left-handed hitters to put Goodwood and to make contact on a lot of these Garces pitches. They have proven me wrong. This is a left-handed pitcher that just eats left-handed hitters for breakfast.
70 pitches even for Frank Garces. Here comes number 71. And nope, they're going to throw over to first and check on Wisner.
So that's 2 now.
Wisner can take off whenever he wants. Look at that lead. Gio Morello puts it on the ground, foul once again. Good battle.
Yeah, now you're in a situation where your lead is essentially, and this is for anyone, not just for Garces, but I dare you to throw over. That's what you're essentially saying there with 2 disengagements, getting a little bit of a bigger lead.
Another 1-2 on the way. There goes Wisner. He's taken off. Gio puts one in the air to center field. McGarry Doyle looks like he's got it. He does. One away. Wisner's got to retreat back to first base.
Right fielder number 10.
Again, we saw the quick peek in from Wisner to see if it was put in play or not. He found the baseball quickly. That's a heck of a center fielder here for the Barrie Baycats, so he'll retreat back after that fly ball. You know, if you don't get that look in, it can be trouble sometimes if you don't pick up the baseball in time.
Throw over to Wisner. Garces as he deals outside, ball 1 to Mateo Porcelato.
Ricky Pelletieri trying his best to get Wisner into scoring position. He wants that runner on second base with less than 2 outs.
Wind is howling out to center field now. Really picked up here as this ball game continues. Backdoor pitch from Garces, 1-1.
That looked like it started at Porcelato's hip and then it came back and caught the inside corner.
Porch smacks one at first. What a play by Nolan Macabrota. 2 are down. That would have been down the line, probably a triple, Reese. And an RBI for Porch. If that ball gets by Nolan Macabrota, what a stab at first base.
That's a heck of a play. You're right. If that's down the line, there's probably a run home, and Porch is more than likely on third base. So, ball hit so hard. Obviously, he has to come off the bag once the pitch is thrown to field his position, and he was in the perfect spot to get that.
It's a backhand one-hop pick on a laser from Macabrota.
The Jackfish are thankful it was a one-hopper.
Big lefty over there As the swing and a miss by Mullen, right back to the screen, 0-1. You look too, Reese, like, that's got to twist his body to get that glove over to the foul line and pick that ball. An 0-1 from Garces coming to Mullen. Another one fouled straight back, 0-2. He's like, I just missed those two. Garces having a chuckle.
He's challenging Mullen, essentially.
Garces still smiling up on the mound, Reese. It comes to an 0-2, trying to get out of this one with a 0. Up and in.
Couldn't get the chase from Robbie on that one. Tried high heat.
And Francisco Hernandez come glove to glove on the infield. Hernandez makes the catch to end the inning. Garces with a tap on the helmet of Robbie Mullen as he walks off back the other way. We're through 4 here in Game 1 on the chase for the Dominico Cup. The Welland Jackfish have a 5-2 lead over the Baycats as we head to the 5th. You're tuned into Game 1 here on Jackfish TV.
Two minor brothers. Here's how this works. When I say go, you're going to smash into each other one time. We'll do best 2 to 3. Fall down, well, you don't win. Stay on your feet, you get a nice, juicy gift card. We're going to get prepared here. We're working on it. Give us a second. We're working on it. Who wants to see these two collide? Rufus, on your mark. Get set. Go. Watch out. All right, all right. Oh, down he goes. There you go. That's 1. All right, we'll get him back up for round 2. Up you go, my friend. There you go. Who wants to see him collide again? I hope we're going to collide again. I don't. At least one more time for fun, at least. Not enough. All right. On your mark. Get set. Go. All right, that's it. That's it. Congratulations, guys. We're walking home with $20 to the Minor Brothers Country Living. We gave it our best shot. We went down once. Make some noise for our contestants. We'll be back.
Fancy professional and dedicated staff here at the pond ask you to help keep this site beautiful. Please use the provided trash containers for your garbage. Leading off the 5th inning for Barrie, designated hitter Noah Hall.
Noah Hall leads off the top half of inning number 5 here in Welland. Game 1 of the IBL Finals, 5-2 Jackfish on top. Alec Murray and Reese Dumani bringing you all the coverage here from Welland this afternoon on a chilly, windy Sunday. Ben Abram rocks into his 1-0, swung on and missed. It's 1-1. Hall flew out to right field in his first AB. A 1-1 on the way from Big Ben. Bounces it in the dirt. 2-1 now to Hall.
Double barrel action in the Jackfish bullpen. Halen Knoll throwing, Danny Howard as well. So you've got one of each, right-hander and a left-hander.
Abram upwards of 70 pitches here now. Smacked on the ground. That's a fair ball down the first base line. Hall's making the turn at first. He's going to be into second with a leadoff double. And the leadoff man again reaches for Barrie.
That was just fair.
Center fielder,
Over the bag at first
Barrie
base. Jeff
Doyle.
Rose right there to see it all the way through, and it's another sharp hit too for the Baycats. Hasn't been a ton of soft contact. They've all been hard hits.
Sets the table nicely for the top of the order now. You get Noel McGarry Doyle to deal with, who's 1 for 2 with a solo shot back in the third. Both of these pitchers have worked with runners on all afternoon. McGarry Doyle, first pitch, strokes one, deep to left center. That's off the base of the wall. That's going to score Hall. He's in. McGarry Doyle replaces him. RBI double. And the Baycats are back within 2. I think you got to pull Abram right now.
Yep, and he is.
There it is. Just didn't have it tonight, Reese. Did not have it. Did Ben Abram. Here today. Just couldn't put batters away, Reese. He would get ahead, and he just couldn't find a put-away pitch. And Ben Abram gets the yank here in the 5th inning. Only gets through 4. The runner at second is his responsibility, but both of these offenses have come to play here, Reese. And, I mean, manager Brian Esri has to stop the bleeding. Can't continue to let Ben Abram, try and figure it out or see if he can figure it out. And, I mean, you look at the innings that Barrie didn't score, 2 double plays, right? First inning, they had runners at first and second. Abram gets out of it with a double play. You go to the 4th inning, bases should have been loaded. Barrie makes a mistake on the base paths, and then the next pitch is a double play by Wisner on a heck of a play on a ball that should have gone up the middle. So, not the best stuff for Ben Abram this afternoon. Halen Knoll's going to have to try and shut it down here.
Yeah, he was just fighting with fire with too long, and this isn't the time of the season to wait around to see if a guy can figure it out. If he doesn't have it, he doesn't have it, and Brian Esri quickly out of the dugout after that second double to get Ben Abram, and you can confidently say that's probably the first time this year that Ben Abram doesn't have a great start.
I mean, he only threw 71 pitches, Reese, but again, you're right. Not the business now of waiting around to see if he can figure it out. No point. So a tough game 1 for Ben Abram. You're going to see him again in this series, and he's going to be better.
Yep.
But now Halen Knoll's got to come in and try and get 3 outs and strand this runner at second base. With the middle of the order, Hernandez brothers due up. And Nolan Macabrota, so you got 2 through 4. No spot tougher than what Halen Knoll's brought into here.
That's where I thought he might go to Danny Howard in this spot. You've got a couple left-handers due up.
I think he wants length out of Knoll. You got to think Halen Knoll was possibly, if this game 1 would have gone Saturday, like there was speculation of it, Reese, you would have to think Abram on short rest. Do they throw him on short rest, or do they go Halen Knoll? He would have been the other guy to kind of been in consideration for that spot. So see if you can get a couple innings out of Halen Knoll, who's just back from Trois-Rivières in the Frontier League. Knoll's going to be out of the stretch right off the rip here. First pitch is outside, ball 1 to Hernandez. Tying run at the plate.
Key to this situation is just pitching ahead. It falls behind 1-0, but got to get back in the strike zone here.
I don't know where that pitch missed, Reese, but it's ball 2. Robbie Mullen thought it was right there. Two and 1. Goes right back to it.
Yeah, you don't want to get the arms extended here for Hernandez.
You're going to see if you can get a ground ball here. Ground ball or a pop out. Hall with decent speed at second. That one's on the ground, hard hit. Wisner's got it, going to advance the runner to third, but they do get 1 out. And now the 4th run for Barrie, 90 feet away.
Here to take that all day. Brandon Hernandez does his job at the plate. He moves the runner 90 feet. For the Jackfish at this point so far in this inning, you're going to take that out all day. no matter what happens with the guys already on base. So infield will come in. Got one down now.
Noel, long pause. Comes home. Pumps in strike one to Hernandez. Breaking ball, catches the inside. It's 0-2. How about that mix? You go fastball to start, Hernandez on the outside. A front door breaking ball, Reese, that catches the inside. And now Hernandez got no idea where this pitch is going. They're going to set up well outside. Misses high. It's a good pitch.
Start to get him thinking about different spots that you're throwing those and the different speeds. So that's a good spot to live.
Really ramped it up there on that fastball, Reese. Hear the pop of that glove by Robbie Mullen. 1-2, Noel. Rocks into the windup to Hernandez. Here it comes. High chopper, foul. Just got a piece of it. He was way out in front of it.
Expecting the fastball again. Didn't get it, so it's a good job to stay on it. Live to fight another day.
The 1-2 again. Able to lay off Hernandez. Good block by Mullen. See if Noel can find a put-away pitch here. The 2-2. That's going to head a gap. Left center field. It's all the way to the wall. That's going to make it 5-4. Hernandez chugging into second. It's the third double of the inning for the Barrie Baycats, who are right back in it.
It's just too much of a hittable pitch. Way too much plate.
First baseman.
To way too good of a hitter.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're going to try and gas something up in the upper part of the zone, you better miss up. And he didn't. Hernandez was all over it.
Well, now Noel's got to deal with another runner in scoring position. That's the tying run at second in Hernandez. Base hit will score him. Story of this ball game for Jackfish pitching. They've been ahead. They haven't been able to put away. When you hit Garces for 5 runs, that's a ball game you need to win.
Yeah.
You cannot afford to lose this ball game after lighting up Frank Garces the way the Welland Jackfish did.
Yeah, it's rare anybody scores 5 runs on Garces. So that's just where the pitching has to match the offense. Right now they're in jeopardy of having the Baycats tie the game.
Last time Garces gave up 5 runs, July 5th in a 6-5 win over London. So 2 full months.
Got to put Macabrodo away here.
After that ball game, Reese, he didn't allow more than 3. That happened 1 time. Gets a piece of it. 2-2.
Talked about it in the 4th inning, or the 3rd inning, I should say, after the Jackfish took their first lead, about getting the offense back to the plate while you're still ahead. We're at that point right now where Noel's got to bear down.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Throw to third is in time. Double play. The Baycats run into base trouble again. A strike him out, throw him out, double play, the third of the ball game for the Welland Jackfish, who get out of another jam. The amount of base running errors the Barrie Baycats have made today have really cost them Reese Dumani, and it is why they remain behind in this ball game. 5-4. We'll touch more on that when we come back after a short break. Jackfish leading 5-4.
Wedding anniversary just today. Yeah, I said it correctly. And not only because it's our 6th wedding anniversary, she's on the side to us
There's nowhere else I'd rather be. Home is wherever you make it. Might not be what you expected. Raise your glass and take a moment. Look around you, this is home.
This is so bad. What if somebody sees this?
We have to get rid of this.
Oh, I've got some ideas. At Penn Financial, our advisors can help you clean up the mess and make sense of your finances. Whatever your financial secret is, there's no judgment on our end. Don't live in financial stress. Come to Penn Financial. We'll help you clean up the mess.
Leading off the 5th inning for the Fish, the designated hitter, number 13, Jake Sanford.
Bottom of the 5th inning here in Game 1 of the IBL Finals. Alec Murray, Reese Dumani. What a ball game we've got. What a ball game we have left. 5-4, Jackfish on top. Here in Game 1 as Sanford takes a called strike one. Go further out. Why not? 1-1 as he lays off that one. Jake today, he's 1 for 2. He struck out, but he's hit a 2-run home run. That came in the 3rd inning. His first of the postseason. Big cut at that one. Foul tip into the mitt of Plumpton. 1-2.
The Jackfish, he can find a way to at least get one of those runs back.
Yeah.
Be a huge help moving forward. Got to find a way to get the momentum back on your side.
A 1-2 from Garces to Sanford. High and away, ball 2.
Now that starts with good at-bats again. It's been a good day against Garces. You mentioned the last time he gave up 5 runs 2 months ago. Still no action for the Baycats in their pen.
Outside, 3-2. It's a gutsy take. That first pitch, Reese, was pretty similar. A payoff to Jake Sanford. Swung on and missed, strike 3. He's down on strikes for the 2nd time this afternoon.
Garces got the chase. I think that ball was just a little bit up.
Barrett.
But Sanford swung through it. Now Barrett will just look to pick him up here.
High chopper, Barrett going to be a tough play for Hernandez. Takes it on a hop. In time by half a step. Barrett chugging down the first base line, Reese, and almost beat it out.
Yeah, that's a hard 90 there from Grayson Barrett.
Thomas Green.
So 2 away for Thomas Green, who's 2 for 2 this afternoon. And he takes a called strike 1.
Give credit to Garces. You know, a lot of situations where you give up 5 runs in 3-ish innings, normally the manager has a lot of interest in taking you out of a ball game because at that point it just doesn't seem like you have it, right? But Josh Matlow with all the confidence in the world for Garces. Don't blame him.
Foul.
Don't blame him.
Not at all.
He can still shove. But he essentially has to be perfect at this point. His offense has found their legs a little bit or found their way as we've continued. Now in the bottom of the 5th inning, they've got them back within 1. So if Garces can keep throwing up zeros, it's just up to the offense now to try and get even and eventually ahead.
Green, another one foul.
That's just for the type of pitcher that Garces is. He is a calming influence up there. You know, it might not be his typical day giving up 5 runs, but every member of the Baycats team knows what he is, knows what he brings to the table, and you have so much confidence in him that you know he's going to keep you in the ballgame for as long as possible.
That one's in the dirt, 2-2.
And give yourself a chance to win. That's all you want out of your starting pitcher. As dominant as you are, or maybe as inconsistent as some pitchers can be, you just want them to give yourself a chance to win a ball game. And that's what Garces is starting to do here as we move along, keeping it what was a 5-2, now is a 5-4 game.
A 2-2 on the way from Garces, cued to first base. Macabrota got it himself, and Garces goes 3 up, 3 down in the 5th. Nice clean inning for the Barrie starter. And we are in one here in game 1, 5-4 ball game as we head to the 6th inning. Jackfish hanging on to a one-run lead here in game 1 of the IBL Finals. We'll be back after these messages.
Fans, there it is, the IBL's fastest grounds crew. Leading off the 6th inning for Barrie, left fielder Tristan Clark.
Tristan Clark to lead things off for the Barrie Baycats. It'll be 5-6-7-2 up in the Barrie order here to face Halen Knoll, who gets a clean inning in the top half of the 6th. As Clark fouls it off, 0-1. Love to see Knoll match Garces here, Reese. And I think if you're manager Brian Ezra, you want to get at least, 6 and 7 out of Halen Knoll, and then you can go to De Los Santos and Mendez at the back end of the bullpen.
Yeah,
that's got to be the goal, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, that was the whole point of going to get De Los Santos at the deadline and turn him into that 8th inning guy so you can position Euclides Layer back in the rotation. You'd love a clean 6th and then a 7th to follow from Noel. You're absolutely right.
A 1-1 from Halen Noel. Coming to Clark. Fouled off again. It's 1-2. You got to think Lair, who pitched in relief to close out Game 5 against Guelph, they want to keep him as a starter. You won't see him today.
Yeah, because you start to think about your plan down the road with a guaranteed 4. It's not 3 of 5 anymore. It's 4 out of 7, right?
1-2 from Noel. Wild outside. 2-2.
So you start to think about who we might see in game number 2. I would have to say it's probably Juan Benitez for the Barrie Baycats. I had to stop myself. I almost said Barrie Colts.
It's getting to that time there, Reese.
But, yeah, you start to think about who the Jackfish could do. Probably a safe guess that Ortega will not throw in game 2.
2-2 on the way. Another one fouled off by Clark. Just able to get a piece of it. I think you look toward Jose Dominguez for game 2.
Yep. He threw on Wednesday in game 4.
That would be
a gem.
That'd be 6 days.
So that'd be plenty.
So 5,
yep,
technically in pitcher terms.
That'd be plenty.
Former
was in relief in game 5, so might be Jose.
Yeah.
Start to eliminate everything. Look at us go figuring stuff out.
All maths on us here. 2-2, got him swinging, strike 3. Noel opens the 6th with a punch out. And Clark goes down for strikes on the second time tonight. And Jose Dominguez, who threw a gem, Reese, in game 4, only allowed 2 hits.
In a loss.
In the 2 unearned runs,
yep.
Reese.
Yeah, there was a throwing error into left field from Robert Mullen that brought home the tying run, and then another runner gets on, couple of wild pitches, brings home run number 2, and
the rest
enter
is history.
Claudio Custodio to shut it down.
Noel just missing on the outside part of the plate. 1-0 to Adam Odd.
That's a big first out, too. The Baycats have been swinging it well in this game, and yes, they're down, but they have a hit in every inning, at least a hit in every inning. 2 hits in the first, 2 hits in the second, 1 in the third, but it was a big fly. And then 3 hits in the 4th and 3 hits in the 5th. It's been a ton of traffic on the base paths for the Barrie Baycats. Just those 2 double plays for the Jackfish have really helped.
3-0. Don't want to walk Odd here.
Much like the Jackfish bottom third of the order, these Baycats 7, 8, and 9 hitters each have a hit today.
3-0. Get me over strike to Odd. It's 3-1.
Jaco is singled, Plumpton is singled, and Hull is doubled, so these lineups don't have your typical 7, 8, 9 hitters.
No. 3 home runs in the game this afternoon. That ball is crushed deep to center field. Gio Morello back at the wall. Do we have another one? 4 home runs here this afternoon, and the ball game is tied. Adam Odd, his second long ball of the afternoon, has tied the game here in the top of the 6th for the Barrie Baycats. 2 solo shots for Odd, and Barrie's right back in it.
Dead center, 400 feet. The wind's been pushing out since probably the 2nd, maybe 3rd inning or so. You get it in the air, it's been going when we thought it would be the complete opposite before first pitch.
Barrie's got 3 solo shots in the game, Reese. And for this Welland Jackfish offense, you just put up 5 against the league's best, and the pitching can't hold the door. Got to be frustrating.
First time we've said that this year.
Usually it's the other way around, Reese.
Yep.
Oh, 2.
Yeah, where the pitching has been dominant, but Jackfish offense just wasn't there, so you lose 2-1 or 3-1 or 2-0, whatever the case might be.
Adam Odd is 3 for 3 today. 2 home runs and a single out of the 6 hole. That'll do.
Yeah, that'll play.
0-2 on the line to short. Luther's got to back up. Weird hop, but gets the throw off in time. 2 away.
That's a heck of a play from Luther there, because I'm sure the thought of going in to try and catch that in the air probably crossed his mind. But he stayed back on it, and he didn't waste any time either. He didn't take a crow hop, didn't take a step, just fired it quickly across to first base.
Ball 1 to Tyler Plumpton. What a game 1 here this afternoon. 2-0, Noel's gone. I don't know if Noel's going to be able to get through another inning, Reese. Danny Howitt warming up now.
Sometimes plans change.
He's just got to throw it in the zone. You can't keep falling behind another guy now 3-0.
No. No, because eventually you get to Hull, who's next, and the top of the order is right after.
There's Danny Howitt, the lefty, warming up for the Welland Jackfish. 1 appearance in that Guelph series, Reese. Gonna ask a 7th inning out of Howitt. Noel, get me over strike on the inside corner, 3-1. Ball 4. Go-ahead man aboard here in the first. As Plumpton will stand at first base, and now Hull. And you're going to get the top of the order, Reese, to either lead off or get a chance here. And you do not want to see Noel McCary Doyle at any stretch of the imagination here in this 6th inning. That might be it for Noel. Yeah.
Yep.
Again, Brian Esery, you can't mess around. No such thing as a leash here in the finals, Reese, and the pitching has not been it today for the Welland Jackfish. And you know what? Frank Garces hasn't been great either, but guess what? He's been able to get Barrie through it, and their offense has been able to pick him up, Reese. So Halen Noel can't get the job done. He's out of the ball game. Danny Howitt going to have to come on with a runner at first to face Noah Hull. And hopefully that's it. We'll step aside here in the 6th inning. 5-5 in Game 1 of the IBL Finals.
When the unexpected happens, who can you call to guide you from crisis to calm? The trusted experts at Service Master Restore are ready when you need us. We'll be there for you every step of the way. Service Master Restore. We restore your home and your peace of mind.
When we at Miller Lite set out to brew a light beer, there came a moment of truth. When we had to choose great taste or 90 calories, we chose both. Tastes like Miller time.
So Danny Howitt, second pitcher out of the bullpen, third this afternoon used by the Welland Jackfish. Going to go try and get Hull and leave it at that and leave Noel McCary Doyle on deck. And he starts him off 0-1.
There's not a ton of speed in this arm for Danny Howitt, but he does a really nice job of mixing in every single breaking ball that he has.
It's 0-2. It's a great start for Danny Howitt.
He's a guy that lives on the edges, lives on the corners, and just tries to paint. He's not going to blow it by you, so got to be ready for junk.
Here comes the 0-2, down and away, ball one.
I think Howitt was a little bit frustrated after that pitch. Snap of the glove, getting the ball back from Robbie Mullen. Maybe just didn't finish it as well enough as he wanted to.
A 1-2 coming from Howitt. Hall chops it foul. Nice play by Jaco coming out of the dugout.
Look at the hops.
He was ready for it. A 1-2 once again from Howitt. In and up at Hall, who bows away. 2-2.
Some sweet chin music there from Danny Howitt. Just making Hall feel a little uncomfortable in the batter's box. Unfortunately, he's in jeopardy of potentially working the count full.
Hall sends that one in the air, shallow left field. Brendan Hupe's got a beat on it, makes the catch. The inning is over, but the Barrie Baycats will not be denied. Adam Ott is having himself a final here in game one. 2 home runs. His latest, a solo shot to dead center, has us tied at 5. To the bottom of the 6th we go here in game one. Don't go anywhere. Lots to come here at Welland.
Yes, indeed. Nice job, Fanatics. Visit Wings Up Welland today, 200 Fitch Street, with your game ticket and $1 a wing with a minimum order of 15 wings. Use that game ticket, $1 wings, minimum order of 15 at Wings Up Welland, 200 Fitch Street. Leading off the 6th inning for the Jackfish, shortstop number 20, Brendan Luther.
Yeah.
93 pitches as Frank Garces starts the 6th inning. Reese, it didn't look like Garces was going to outlast Ben Abram in this start, but here we are, and he's really settled in. As Luther takes a cold strike one, it'll be 8-9-1 due up for the Welland Jackfish here in the 6th.
He's a calming influence for this Baycats club, like I mentioned last inning. He's the ace, and everybody knows it.
Luther sends one to right field. That ball is scorched, but right to the glove of Hayden Jaco for out number 1. Oh, he put good wood on it, Reese, but right at the mid of Jaco.
Hupé.
And that's baseball. You're going to hit it hard, but right at people. And Jaco made an adjustment, unlike earlier on in the ball game where he just took an odd route to it, came a little bit too far in, and it ended up over his head. That one he was able to haul it in. Again, if you're Luther, you hit the ball hard, and that's all a manager can ask for.
Hupé takes a called strike one. Quick pitch from Garces. Hupé into center field. McGarry Doyle's got a read on it, 2 down. Quickly 2 away here, Reese now. Now you're in danger of having Garces come out for the 7th.
Your second baseman.
Yeah, finally guys are stretching down that right field line, but there's no urgency. There's no, hey, we got to get someone up, and we got to get someone hot quickly. Looks like more they're just starting their routines to get ready for the later innings. So wouldn't be surprised at all to see Garces out for the 7th inning unless things go completely wrong here with 2 outs. I think Pedro de los Santos is going to get the 7th for the Jackfish too, because Brian Esri came out and gave Danny Howitt the handshake. Normally that's a move for the starter, but there's a little bit of a conversation at that same time too, more like, hey, we needed a lefty against this lefty, and you were that guy, so.
Ground ball to short. Hernandez going to be a tough play. Got to get rid of it. He's not in time. Weisner beats it out. Infield base hit. He double clutched it, Reese. Caught it in the palm of his mitt. He could not get the throw off in time. Weisner's 3 for 4 now tonight. He's got his 3rd hit.
Hard 90 right out of the box for Jonah Weiser. That's what he does. He puts the ball on the ground and he puts pressure on the defense to make the play. Now let's see if they can get something going with 2 outs here. You've got a man who can steal a base on first.
Jackfish have 9 hits off Garces in this ball game. Morello on the first pitch to first. McGarry, or that is Matt Caprota rather, at first base, tumbling, but makes the play. Garces throws 7 pitches in the inning, and you're going to see him for the 7th. The Jackfish cannot get him over the century mark, and he will extend his night. Reese Dumani. Well, Garces, all the credit to him, able to settle down after giving up 5 runs through 3 innings. Looked like they had him on the ropes. It's Frank Garces. No, you don't. We head to the top half of the 7th inning here in Welland. In game 1 of the finals. Tied at 5. Don't go anywhere. Baycats and Jackfish.
2 empty bellies. Fanatics, make some noise for our contestants. On your mark, get set, go. They're off. Head to bat. This is good. This never happens. Oh, Vicky's already struggling here. They're going to have twice. Oh. We just started. We literally just started. Keep going. Go, Vicky. Go, Vicky. Go, Vicky. Yeah. How do you guys think, yeah? Yeah. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Go, 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 go. Yes, yes. Congratulations, Vicky. You're walking over $200 to empty bellies. Make some noise for our contestants. Yeah. Oh, good. We'll be back.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Welland Jackfish, number 39, Pedro de los Santos. Leading off the 7th inning for Barrie, center fielder Noel McGarry Doyle.
Well, you guessed right, partner. Pedro de los Santos is in for the 7th. To face Noel McGarry-Doyle. 1, 2, 3 in the Baycat order here in the top of the 7th. A big 3 to get, Reese. The leadoff hitters for both teams, 5 for 7 tonight. That's going to do.
Pretty good.
That's going to do. One from De Los Santos is outside.
He's going to get 2 left-handed hitters as well, so Howitt faced one guy and got the job done.
2-1 on the way. McGarry-Doyle lays a bunt down. Fair ball. Nice play, Robbie Mullen. Leadoff man gone.
Grab it as soon as possible and fire it down, but also Mullen just a little bit patient there, making sure the ball was fair. That is a lot of speed, though, heading down to first base. And he made a perfect throw.
Two and 0. Called strike, and it's out. 2-1 to Hernandez. He's 1 for 3 tonight with a base hit. That was way back in the first. 2-2 as he sends it foul down the third baseline.
Talking all day about how tough Garces is on left-handed hitters. Pedro de los Santos has been doing it for a number of years in this league. Former starter with the London Majors, has been around a couple of teams over the last couple of years.
Deals high, 3-2. He was a deadline acquisition from the Brantford Red Sox. He jumped from last to first, and now he finds himself in the final. Back in the final, we should say. Yes, he went around. No, they said he held up. He's going to draw a walk, and with 1 away, Hernandez is aboard for the Baycats in the 7th.
De Los Santos at one point in his career was the best pitcher in the league.
Second baseman.
Yeah, London Majors, Pedro de los Santos, Reese Dumeni.
Yep.
He was the ace of that team for a number of seasons.
Now the setup man here with the Welland Jackfish. It's his job to essentially get it to Davey Mendez if the fish are up.
Bunt laid down. It's a perfect bunt. There's going to be no play. De Los Santos didn't even bother to cover first base, and now there's 2 on with 1 away. You got to get over to first.
You get De Los Santos falling to the opposite side of the mound. Just a perfectly placed bunt.
You saw Jonah Weisner trying to get there, but no shot with the speed of Hernandez. And now there's 2 on for Nolan Macabrota. Tristan Clark on deck. So the inning started off well. Now a walk and a bunt base hit. As the Hernandez brothers aboard. As De Los Santos bumps in strike 1 to Nolan Macabrota. He's 0 for 3 tonight.
And with the sun peeking out again, we've got the pitch starting in the sun, finishing in the shade.
Yep, 0-2. Macabrota hasn't been happy with the strike zone here today, Reese.
No, he's been fighting it a little bit in the batter's box today.
The 0-2. De Los Santos now not happy. Macabrota sold it a little bit. Bowing in.
Tried to get it back to that inside part, but I think it did stay off.
I agree.
It's a heck of a pitch.
You go 1-2 now. De Los Santos rocks into the windup. That's going to be strike 3. And he comes back with a strikeout of Macabrota. He's now 0 for 4 today. And there's 2 away for Tristan Clark.
It's now 2 Ks to go along with that double play on Macabrota's line.
Left fielder Tristan Clark.
The postseason has not been kind to
No.
one of the better hitters in the league, Reese. Just been a slump for him.
And his biggest moment, of course, was to send the Baycats to round 2.
Tristan Clark, first pitch, it's on the ground. Luther to second, inning over. Pedro de los Santos works around a walk and a base hit and strands the Hernandez brothers aboard. We head to the bottom of the 7th here at Welland Stadium. Oh, what a game one for the finals. Tied at 5 as we stretch it here at the pond.
All right, get on your feet, stretch those legs for a little take me out to the ball game. 1, 2, 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Bobby, some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever come back, 'cause it's root for the. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Thank you, Fish.
Fans, the one and only, the coach. Who wants some free hot dogs? Hot diggity dog. Make some noise. You want some free hot dogs tonight? Fans are approaching last call, and that 50-50 jackpot is already over $2,000. 50-50 jackpot over $2,000. Approaching last call. And today's Crime Stoppers of Niagara jersey draw winner, Sarah Cooper. Could Sarah Cooper please report to the Crime Stoppers of Niagara table on the main concourse? Leading off the 7th inning for your Jackfish, right fielder number 10, Mateo Porcelato.
Bottom of the 7th, Alec Murray, Reese Dumani, thanks for joining us on the first NFL Sunday of the season. It's also game 1 of the IBL Finals, which in our books is a way more important date.
Big time. It's not close.
As Porch pulls back on the bunt, 2-0. Frank Garces, yes, he's back out there like we said he would be after only throwing 7 pitches in the 6th. I mean, if you're Barrie, you're thrilled with what Garces has been able to get you. 3-0, though, to Porcelato. You don't want to put him on base to lead things off, Reese. We all know what he's capable of.
When we had mentioned it in Game 5 that he's got to start finding ways to get on base, to use those legs. You want the full Mateo Porcelato.
Ball 4. Must have been high, Reese, and it's a 4-pitch walk to Porch to open the 7th.
I don't think that pitch finished. I think it did stay up. 3-0, it's an automatic take, of course. But Porcelato is, like I said, you want all aspects of his game to be shown off and to be involved.
And this is the best part of it.
Yeah.
You know he's going to be off on 3 pitches. Give him 2-3 pitches.
Max?
Yeah, absolutely. I think so. Put him in motion. Why not? Look at him right off the rip. Mullen showing bunt, pulling back. It's a called strike.
I did not expect to ever see that.
Robbie Mullen showing bunt in a ball game. That's the first time I've ever seen that this season.
Well, he's got a stolen base.
It's got to be a ploy.
You know.
He does have a stolen base. Didn't last long. He's going to rip it. It's going to be a double play.
Wow.
Swinging away. Porch was taken off, and all is gone on the base paths. As the Baycats get a lucky double play out of that race. I mean, there's no other way to put it. He laced that baseball, but right at the second baseman, Hernandez. That's so unfortunate.
That's
the only reason he's over there is because he's taken off, too.
Yeah.
That ball's up the middle.
Yeah, he's going to cover second base on the steal, and ball ends up in his glove.
If he's not, that's a base hit.
Porcelato's probably on third.
Nobody has warmed up for Barrie yet. Garces up over the century mark now.
He has saved this pen for the early parts of this series.
1-1 as he misses outside. Jake this afternoon is 1 for 3. They'll want a big one, though, a 2-run shot in the third. See if he can turn one around again. He hits them in bunches when they come. Comes up empty there, 1-2.
And this game for him, it's been a bomber, a K. Kane his first time up, home run second time, and strikeout his third time to the plate.
A 1-2 coming from Garces, trying to have another quick inning. Quick pitch, outside, 2-2. Starting to see that touch by Frank Garces starting to fade a little bit, Reese. He was dotting those pitches earlier on in the ball game, and now he's missing.
Taking a few extra moments on the mound, too. That might be to reset. Might have thought he had that pitch.
Saw the walk toward the home plate. 76 strikes, 34 balls for Garces. Quick pitch to Sanford. He cues it foul. Get one in the air.
Yeah.
4 home runs already here this afternoon. Shadows are going to start playing a factor here in this as well, Reese. You see it cast over home plate, stops at the pitching mound. Full sun for Garces, full shade for the batter. Outside and high, 3-2. Josh Matlow not happy with those last 2 calls.
Garces taking a ton of extra time.
He's trying to let the umpire know what he thinks of those last 2 calls, Reese.
Yeah.
Big pitch coming up here for Garces, trying to have another clean inning, a payoff to Jake Sanford. Got him with a high fastball, strike 3. He wins the battle, and the Jackfish bats have gone silent. As Garces goes 3 up, 3 down. Reese, he's retired the last 12 he's faced in this ball game. Has Frank Garces mowing him down after a tough start. And I wonder if we see him come out for the 8th inning. I would not be surprised in the lead. As we head to the top of the 8th inning. 5-all here in Game 1 of Welland Stadium of the IBL Finals.
Your time is now. You're ready for your next big step. Niagara College is a proven leader among Ontario colleges. Our students are prepared to succeed and drive innovation locally and around the world. Our supportive student culture and state-of-the-art learning facilities help you achieve your dream. Choose academic excellence. Choose experiential learning. Choose career success. Choose Niagara College today. Visit niagaracollege.ca/apply.
Let me into my zone. Let me into my zone. Please don't let me into my zone. 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 Please don't let me in. Yeah. Can't answer my phone now. Just leave it there, that tone. Ballin' can't beat me up, cause I'm back in my zone now. Cause I'm back in my zone now.
Group VIP single game tickets on sale now at wellandjackfish.com/ticks or by calling 905-735-9834. Game 3 tickets on sale now. Leading off the 8th inning for Barrie, third baseman Adam Odd.
Well, here's the man of the afternoon, Adam Odd. 3 for 3, 2 home runs and a base hit. And he will lead things off here in the 8th against Pedro de los Santos. He struck Ben Abram for a solo shot in the 2nd. He struck Halen Knoll for a solo shot in the 6th. De los Santos, 2 quick strikes, and it's 0-2.
De los Santos not screwing around.
No, he's working quick here. De Los Santos 0-2 on the way high.
Mentioned Garces taking a ton of time after every single pitch. De Los Santos cutting that in half, pretty much.
A 1-2 from Pedro. That ball is skied in the air, right field. Back is Porcelano on the track at the wall, and he hauls it in. Oh. He almost got another one, Reese.
Another 7 feet.
He almost had it. I mean, sometimes you just got to appreciate good baseball, and that would have been one of those moments, Reese.
Yeah. As much as we've said the wind has helped balls carry, his first one was a no-doubter. Wouldn't have mattered what the wind was doing.
Second one was an absolute shot to center.
Yeah, that was hit really hard.
That probably also leaves regardless.
Yeah.
He crushed that baseball. 1-1.
When you start to see those shots, and obviously we're playing in a pitcher's ballpark here at Welland Stadium, although today it really hasn't been. Have to imagine where those balls land in places like Kitchener or Toronto.
1-1. 2-2 on the way from De Los Santos. On the ground to third. Green, backhand stab. Plants, throws in time. What a play. 2 away. That's why you love to have Thomas Green in the ballgame, Reese.
Yep.
The arm strength. Backhand stab, plants his feet falling back toward the outfield, and he throws a dart to Grayson Barrett.
Catcher Tyler Plumpton.
Didn't panic whatsoever. Got it on the backhand. That's, again, another quick transfer from Green and a very accurate throw.
I tell you what, Thomas Green turned himself a starred cape, too. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
He won't be the one coming out of the lineup. Jackfish also have a pinch hitter in their back pocket. A really good one.
Yeah.
I wonder where Brian Esri uses him. He's going to use him at some point here.
Yeah, I wonder if they wait to see a right-hander or just might depend on the situation.
If he comes in, James Smybert's going to have a big hit. I'm going to say it right now. He's going to have a big hit. Plumpton's got to catch his breath. You see him laughing.
Well, it was hilarious because half of his team was yelling, "Stop running, it's foul."
Not the fast. Tyler Plumpton, a police officer for his day job. 0-2, swung on and miss. Pedro de los Santos, 2 scoreless. And we head to the bottom of the 8th. Still tied at 5. The pitching has turned it up here in the back half of this ball game. Reese Dumani looking for 1 run. You got a feeling the next one is going to be enough. We head to the bottom of the 8th. 5-5. Game 1 of the IBL Finals. We'll be back after a quick break.
Section 105 with Cam, who's been selected as tonight's fan of the game, presented by John.
Leading off the eighth
Well,
inning for
if you asked me in the third
Jackfish.
inning if Frank Garces would go 8, I would have called you crazy, Reese, but here we are. Garces has retired 12 straight, and he's out in the 8th inning. What a job by Frank Garces to save this Baycat bullpen and give him all he's got as he enters in the 8th with well over 110 pitches.
I did see a Baycats bullpen catcher go down there. He's got his gear on. He's standing behind one of the home plates. Checking on Barrett.
Yeah, trainer Matt Richards popping out for a moment. Barrett sending them back to the dugout as quick as it came out. 2-1. I wonder if he saw something on the swing. See if Grace can get one into the outfield here. He rips one up the gut. Center field leadoff man aboard for the Fish.
Give credit to Alec Murray on that one.
I love when it works out like that.
He heard ya.
Grace wasn't waiting around, Reese.
And actually after this, Brian Esri just had a quick conversation with Ricky Pelletieri. I wonder if they're going to pinch run for Barrett here.
You put James Smybert at first base. But who do you pinch run in this situation? Yep, there he is. He's going to make an impact in this game, we said, and here he comes.
Barrett hunched over there at first base, too.
What a heck of a pinch runner to have, eh? That's not bad.
Works out.
Grayson Barrett out of the ball game, but Reese, once again, he's had a productive night. 2 for 4 for Grace, couple of base hits. He scored a run as well. And here's James Smybert, now trying to make his moment here in game 1.
We'll see what they decide to do here. If it's a bunt situation with Green,
You're
if you
bunting
just
with
try
Green.
a straight steal.
I think you're laying a bunt down with Thomas Green here. No question about it. It's coming. Third baseman not already in. Pulling back on a ball outside.
Yep, we bunt strikes. It's a good hold from Green to pull it back.
Garces, the 1-0, comes home. Green puts it down to Garces. Throw to first in time, does the job, smack to second, and a base hit will cash him. And Brendan Luther.
Number 20, Brendan Luther.
Now, do you pitch to Brendan Luther?
Oh, yeah. Lefty for sure.
And the situation is, does he see a pitch to hit? He didn't back Reese in the second inning. Came around to score. You got a runner at second. If he gets on first, it's not the end of the world. You set up the double play ball. You got the righty Hupe on deck, who's come through clutch this entire postseason. You just got a feeling something's going to happen when he comes to the plate. Big wave and a miss from Luther, 0-1.
Tried to do damage there on the first pitch, but
you've got to cash this run.
Yeah.
You have got to find a way to get James Smybert home.
At one point, this ball game seemed like the Jackfish were fully in control, and then it quickly turned. The Baycats were able to tie it.
Outside, 1-1.
He's going to continue to try and live out there.
The Baycats didn't like that call. Well outside, Reese. Carlos Sano warming up now in the bullpen for the Baycats. Doesn't got that sweater off yet, but throwing lightly. A 1-1 to Luther. See if he can find some grass here. Such a great contact hitter himself. Check swing. He definitely went around on it. It's 1-2. No question there.
Looked like a called strike, too.
The wrist broke. That's what you look for. Jackfish have got to find a way to cash James Smybert. I'm going to say it again. Garces in the driver's seat here. The 121st pitch of the afternoon coming, and time is called.
Now Luther's going to make him think about it a little bit longer.
Spoils it.
mention how much room there is in this outfield. There's a massive hole in left center field.
Luther loves to go the opposite way, too. Ton of space, Reese, down that line as well. Another 1-2 coming to Luther. Outside. Again, Garces dotting those pitches earlier on in this game. He's lost it a little bit here, that touch, Reese. Both of those pitches have been off the plate. And now a 2-2 coming to Luther. Trying to go back outside. Luther sends one up the middle. It's going to be Hernandez on to first, 2 away. Smybert to third. And once again, look who steps to the plate in a massive situation for the Welland Jackfish.
Left fielder, number 21.
Yeah, it's Hupe going to try and get it done against a lefty Garces. Luther, good on him to put the ball on the ground and move Smybert up 90 feet.
I mean, it's not what you wanted if you're Brendan Luther, but again, it's another productive at-bat for Brendan Luther.
And you know what what happens now is you make Plumpton have to be a brick wall back there.
Yep, that's a great point.
Because instead of a pass ball just advancing him to third base, it would score a run. So he's got to be a little bit sharper here. Make sure he doesn't let anything by him. But Hupe will need a clutch 2-out hit here.
Garces offers to Hupe. Way late, 0-1.
Yeah, way behind that. Can't sit anything else but that fastball. That's not necessarily a pitch that you can really drive in that spot. That's Garces looking for a pop-up.
He got another magical at-bat here. Hupe skies one, a mile high. Down the left field line, a third baseman, and Tristan Clark over. It drops, but it's 0-2 on Hupe.
Had to navigate every bullpen arm they still have left down there.
That thing was a mile high.
Run through a maze out there. Davey Mendez is throwing, by the way, in the Jackfish bullpen.
.126 coming up for Frank Garces. An 0-2 on the way. They're going to go back into Hupe. They got him! Strike 3. Frank Garces, what a turnaround from the third inning on. He throws 126 pitches on the afternoon. And Reese, dominant from Garces to keep his Baycats team in this ball game, as that has got to do it for Garces. You thought they were going to chase him early. You had him on the ropes in the third inning, and he just turns on cruise control from inning 4 on, Reese. And the one hit for the Welland Jackfish, 2 hits, sorry, for the Welland Jackfish from the 5th inning on, Reese. Just dominant from Garces. 89 of those 126 pitches were strikes.
He was good. Yeah, and the interesting thing, he didn't get a handshake from Josh Mallow. He got a high five.
There's no way.
You would think there's no way.
I don't see.
I'm curious what happens.
Well, we'll see. You know they love to use him a ton. It's going to be Pedro de los Santos back out for a third inning of work here. We're tied at 5 in Game 1 of the IBL Finals. James Smybert takes over at first. We'll step aside. We'll be right back for the 9th inning.
There's nowhere else I'd rather be. Home is wherever you make it. Might not be what you expected. Raise your glass and take a moment. Look around you, this is home.
leading off the 9th inning for Barrie. Designated hitter Noah Hall.
Pedro de los Santos back on the bump for the Welland Jackfish, top of the 9th. Alec Murray, Reese Dumani, thanks for joining us for game 1 of the IBL final. It'll be 9-1-2 due up for the Baycats against De Los Santos. Noah Hall and then Noel McGarry Doyle and Brandon Hernandez. Wave and a miss, it's 0-2.
That's 3 straight lefties as well to face De Los Santos there. He got Hall way out in front on that 0-1 pitch. Definitely has him guessing here.
Offers high, 1-2. De Los Santos, that was pitch number 31. 6 outs, 31 pitches, that'll do. That'll play. And a 1-2 coming from Pedro. He got him, strike 3. Boy, did that bite back on the inside corner, and Noah Hall's having a conversation about it. That looked like it was coming right at him, Reese, and it bites. And it's the inside part of the plate. Like you said, it's been consistent today.
Yeah, that's one that starts way behind you and then finishes on the plate. Very similar to that second strike, I should say, actually, as well. So
now you got to face Noel McGarry Doyle. He sold that one.
He bailed hard.
Again, that ended up in the middle of the plate, Reese. 1-0. Definitely went around. It's 1-1. De Los Santos so deceptive coming from that left side, especially into lefties.
Yeah, he starts on the first base side of the rubber, too, so it makes it even more challenging.
De Los Santos, the 1-1. Yes, strike 2. I'm not sure what the Baycats are looking for, Reese. The call's been there all afternoon.
Yeah, it's been fairly consistent on that side of the plate. Maybe 1 or 2 haven't been there. It's going to happen. It's baseball. We are human after all. But other than that, it has been a fairly consistent zone.
1-2 from De Los Santos on the way to McGarry Doyle. Gets a piece. McGarry Doyle is 2 for 4 today. He's scored a pair of runs. He's driven in a pair of runs. He's got a homer and a single. Or a double, check that, sorry. Just an all-around great afternoon for the Barrie Baycats' best bat. You see Barrie do this. They put their MVP at the top of their lineup. He gets the most at-bats. That's what they want. High, 2-2. De Los Santos, a 2-2 to McGarry Doyle. He's going to send that one in the air deep to left field. Brendan Hupe onto the warning track, makes the catch, 2 away. Man, are those baseballs ever flying. That was off the end of the bat, Reese. No business going that deep.
Yeah, took Hupe back way further than I thought. And I think Josh Matlow's handshake might be a high 5 for his starting pitchers. I think Sano's in, sweater's off, he's throwing.
I don't see a scenario where you throw Garces. In between innings we talked, it's game 1. You don't want to throw him 130, 140 pitches if you don't have to in game 1. Reese, it's a 7-game series. Game 1's important, but
yeah,
you got to rest up your best pitcher.
When you got to be able to rely on your bullpen too.
Well, now it's not there. (2-0). That's frustrating for De Los Santos because it's been there the entire inning. (2-0) to Hernandez. Here comes the pitch. 3-0.
Can't walk him here.
Yeah, no, you got to come at him. He's 1 for 3 with a walk today. Hernandez.
Now Hernandez
is. You get and you give. Probably should have been 3-1 regardless. Full count. He chased it. That was high.
And that swing tells me he tried to go yard. That's your typical 3-1 swing.
De Los Santos trying to get through the ninth. The payoff to Hernandez. It is there. Strike 3. He caught him looking. Brandon Hernandez can't believe it. He hasn't left the batter's box yet. De Los Santos 3 scoreless as we go to the bottom of the ninth inning. 5-all here at Welland Stadium in Game 1 between the Baycats and Jackfish. As Welland looks to walk it off, it looks like Carlos Sano is coming in. He is. As we'll step aside, we'll be back for the bottom of the ninth here at Welland Stadium.
This is so bad. What if somebody sees this?
We have to get rid of this.
Oh, I've got some ideas. At Penn Financial, our advisors can help you clean up the mess and make sense of your finances. Whatever your financial secret is, there's no judgment on our end. Don't live in financial stress. Come to Penn Financial. We'll help you clean up the mess.
When the unexpected happens, who can you call to guide you from crisis to calm? The trusted experts at ServiceMaster Restore are ready when you need us. We'll be there for you every step of the way. ServiceMaster Restore. We restore your home and your peace of mind.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Barrie Baycats, number 17, Carlos Sano. And leading off the bottom of the ninth inning for your Jackfish, second baseman, number 4, Jonah Weisner.
Welcome back to the bottom of the ninth inning. Fashion statement on the bump for the Barrie Baycats. Carlos Sano, shorts and ankle socks, Reese. I've never seen that before. Ball one to Jonah Weisner.
Pants restrict his movement? I don't know.
The leggings with the ankle socks, and those aren't pants, Reese.
At least he doesn't have to slide. That's all
very
right.
true. Sano is 1-0, 2-0. It's the closer for the Barrie Baycats, we should say. Great numbers in the playoffs. Does have a loss to his name, Reese.
Yes. This is appearance
Listen to the
number 5.
fans.
Go back to the Larry Bird days in the NBA.
3-0 to Weisner. Well, the fans are really getting on Sano here early on, Reese. This is a ruckus crowd here on Sunday afternoon, here in Game 1. Ball 4. Jonah Weisner fired up. Winning runs at first. It's a 4-pitch walk, Reese. Not at all how you need to start a ninth inning.
And I would say only one pitch was even competitive enough for Weisner to even think about swinging at it. So, logic might dictate you're going to lay one down here as quick as possible, get Weisner over to second base, but I think you wait for him to get in the strike zone until you do that.
Yep.
It's not ideal to bunt with a strike already, but you got to make him come to you. If he's not even going to be competitive in the strike zone, why even show it? Why even give him a chance to get into a groove? So make him come to you.
Well, here's the cap in a massive spot again for the Welland Jackfish. Weisner's taken off. Throw down to second is Not in time. He's in a scoring position. That is a gutsy move. And Josh Matlow is not happy again.
And Hernandez can't believe it out there at second.
The throw was high, Reese.
Yeah, he had to come down a little bit. Yep.
Weisner got in there quickly.
That was quick to the plate by Sano, though.
Baycats have been not happy all day with the calls, Reese.
Go back to Ryan Rio getting thrown out after a play at the plate. McEnroe not in at first base. Gotta think Morello's still laying one down here. Moves in a few steps now, but
this chant is crazy. He gets it down, Reese. Throw to third, not in time. The winning run is at third base, and somebody's going to get tossed now. Oh, here we go. Adamot
and now Morello got to second.
And Gio standing at second base now. Carlos Sano is red hot, screaming at the third base umpire. Adamot is in the face, and Josh Matlow's going to walk out now. And he might get tossed right here, Reese. He's been mad all night.
Been a frustrating day.
I mean, I don't know how Josh Matlow sees that from the dugout.
Yeah.
But I think this is a combination of Baycats being mad with calls, so it doesn't matter what the call is, they're going to be mad about it.
That's a discussion with Mike Guthrow, the third base umpire. I thought he got in. I thought that foot got in. That's gutsy to go to third. Fierce Sano.
I cannot believe he threw the ball to third base, Reese.
Yeah, I like the idea, but still got to get an out.
And the Baycats losing composure. Gio takes second.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody called time. Infield was going to come in regardless.
Well, and now Sano's all amped up too, right?
Yeah.
He's got to calm down. And Mateo Porcelano with a chance to walk it off.
And they're going to put him on.
All right, Robbie Mullen a chance to walk it off. Well, it's smart. You put the force on, right, Reese? So you can come home with a ball.
Absolutely. And you get righty-righty against Robbie Mullen. And you know he's going to be looking early in the count to drive something. All you need is a medium depth fly ball.
These fans are in the head of Carlos Sano right off the rip, Reese. Mullen fouls off the first pitch, 0-1.
Like I said, just looking for a good pitch to hit early in the count. Got one there, but he popped it up.
Listen to this crowd.
This is awesome. What an atmosphere.
This is Johnny Cueto-esque in Pittsburgh. Mullen on the ground, through into left field. Robbie Mullen walks game one off on Carlos Sano, and the Jackfish steal game one.
The final score, your Welland Jackfish 6.
The celebration is on in the infield. And Frank Garces could only do so much. The Welland Jackfish would not be denied here this afternoon as they take game one at home. And Reese, they stay perfect in the playoffs here at the pond. And now Barrie's got to be careful here. Throwing gloves into the stands here on their side of the dugout. Just not a great look on that side of things. But meanwhile, let's focus our attention to the Welland Jackfish, because what a ninth inning, Reese. The crowd, this crowd was in the head of Carlos Sano before he threw a pitch, and he did not have it today, Reese.
No, it started right away with Jonah Weisner. That at-bat only had one competitive pitch in it. There were 3 easy takes for Jonah Weisner in that at-bat. He ends up stealing second base. Morello lays one down. Sano tries to get him at third. It doesn't work out, and you're forced to walk Porchelato. You're forced to walk Porchelato to load the bases and get a force out at home plate. And for the second time in the playoffs, it's a walk-off for Robbie Mullen. This time of the single variety compared to his home run in Game 3 against Kitchener. But all he does is simplify things. Put the ball on the ground in play and you give yourself a chance. And he was able to get it past a diving Hernandez into left field for the win.
Robbie Mullen gets the job done for the Welland Jackfish as they win it. Pedro de los Santos gets your player of the game, 3 scoreless, Reese. We're going to talk about it. We're going to wrap it up when we come back here at Welland Stadium as we head to field level.
Player of the game, Pedro de los Santos. Not a man of many words for the Fanatics, but you want to say anything to the Fanatics right now? Thank you, everybody. One more time for our player of the game, Pedro de los Santos.
Fans, don't forget, tickets for Game 3 in this best-of-7 IBL Finals here Thursday night, on sale now. Get those tickets now. Please drive home safely. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday night, and we'll see you all on Thursday evening for Game 3 in this best-of-7 series.
This could be the one or the best food ever. When did I last eat? Man, it's been forever. I won't take the world, but I'll take that pony. Who can blame a guy? Just call me Henry. Baker, do you like this treat? I made it so you snack with me. Cooked 145 degrees. When you're chopping it with me, chewing it with me. H-O-T-D-O-G-S. You're not hungry, I'll eat the rest. Add some ketchup to the bun, 'cause hot dogs are super fun. H-O-T-D-O-G-S. You're not hungry, I'll eat the rest. Hot dogs are the stinking mess. H-O-T-D-O-G-S. H-O-T-D-O-G-S. Hot dogs are the stinking mess. H-O-T-D-O-G-S. Hot dogs are the stinking mess. I woke up listening to my growling tummy. I know it's 3 a.m., but they sound so yummy. I walk into the kitchen, grab it from the freezer, cook it to
There's a look down at field level. Pedro de los Santos, your player of the game. Chopping it up with Brendan Luther and Euclides Layer as the Welland Jackfish. I like to use this word for this ball game. Steal Game 1 from the Barrie Baycats and Frank Garces, because anytime that you can knock off and get a win in a Frank Garces start, that's not half bad, Reese Dumaney, as the Welland Jackfish do just that. Garces, by the way, side note, outstanding. Third inning, he had given up 5 runs. We were like, okay, what is Barrie going to do? Frank Garces throws 126 pitches. He goes almost the distance, Reese Dumaney, and he retired at one point, 12 batters straight, 2 hits from the 5th inning on. Frank Garces, absolutely unreal here today in Game 1, but the Welland Jackfish, they do get 5 off him. Jake Sanford homers. Jonah Weisner draws a walk. The crowd was right into the head of Carlos Sano right off the first pitch. And Robbie Mullen for the second time in the playoffs walks it off.
Yeah, I mean, what more can you ask for in this ball game? You're right. Let's start with Frank Garces first. He was phenomenal, and he gave his team a chance to win. You know, what did you say, early July it was the last time he gave up 5 runs?
July 5th against the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Yeah, 2 months since that happened. It doesn't happen very often. So for the Jackfish, it came in bunches early on, 3 in the second, 2 in the third to go up 5-1. And then he just shut it down. It's like he went into a different mode after that, and he kept his team in the game and gave them a chance to win. You know, they were able to work great at-bats against Ben Abram, knock him out of the ball game early on, and they were able to get even thanks to another solo home run from Mr. Odd. So for Frank Garces, yeah, I mean, can't ask for anything else. You know, recently we saw Yamamoto take a no-hitter, 8 2/3 in Baltimore.
Last night.
And as soon as he came out, everything unraveled for the Los Angeles Dodgers. That's what we saw here. Little different. Didn't have a no-hitter on the line, but that's sort of the feel. You had Garces throw an absolute gem from the 4th inning to the 8th inning, and then Sano just couldn't get it out. Thought he had one at third, got a little frustrated, but that's just the way it goes sometimes. And for the Jackfish, you're right, to steal one against Garces, you knew you were going to have to beat him once to win a championship this year, and just so happens it's in Game 1.
The Welland Jackfish are now 6-0 at home in the postseason, Reese. And for a team that struggled this year at home, like we've never seen before, because this place is one of the hardest to play, if not the hardest to play, in the Intercounty, they've really turned it around in the postseason. And, I mean, this crowd is the reason. I'm sure if you ask anybody down there, any of the players, the staff, the reason they won this game is this crowd in the 9th inning.
Yeah, that was really cool. Yeah,
absolutely.
You said it perfectly. Johnny Cueto in the playoffs, pitching for the Cincinnati Reds at PNC Park. That had the feeling of that. Snow didn't drop the ball. That would have been funny if it would have happened that way. But, no, it just they were in his head for sure. I mean, it's the first time I've seen that type of style from a reliever. Sometimes hitters will pull the pants up to, expose their knee with the socks to maybe get the strike zone a little bit shorter at the bottom rail. But, just strange. And the Jackfish fans, I don't know if taking advantage of it is the right way to say it. But, yeah, they were all
Use
over
it to
him.
their advantage.
Yeah, they were in his head. So credit to them here in the 9th. And I like the chances for the offense to score a run 2nd and 3rd with nobody out.
The pitching didn't have it for the Welland Jackfish today. You mentioned Ben Abram chased early in this one. Didn't get an out in the 5th inning before he was replaced. Halen Knoll didn't really have it for the Welland Jackfish either. But you know who did have it? Pedro De Los Santos coming in. 3 shutout innings in the back end of the bullpen. I mean, you're going to take that any day, any night. And that's exactly what they brought Pedro De Los Santos in to do. And he did it to perfection for the Welland Jackfish. He saved some arms in that bullpen because you kind of thought after Knoll got pulled, you're like, oh, boy, here we go.
Yeah.
What are you going to turn to? What are you going to go to? Danny Howard, a massive out. He also gets the one out that all they needed from Danny Howard on the lefty-lefty. And then Pedro De Los Santos took it to the sunset.
Yeah, we talked about Knoll. What more than likely the plan was for him from Esri is to get through 6 and potentially the 7th. So you could get to the 8th inning guy in Pedro De Los Santos and then, depending on the score, pass it along to Davey Mendez, right? But like I said, plans change, and you sometimes have to adapt on the fly, and the Welland Jackfish did that, right? You get a big out from Danny Howitt, who immediately started that hitter off 0-2, which is what you need out of a guy coming out of the pen. So that heck of a job by him, and then De Los Santos. Yeah, that's a tough left-hander to face, and you're right. He was brought in so Euclides Lair could move back to the starting rotation. De Los Santos gives you some nice precision from the left side, I should say. It's a different look from a lot of the starters, and then you fire it back up with Davey Mendez afterwards. You're spot on. He was brought in for that reason, gave more than what we're used to seeing, but he is a former starter. He has gone length. He has that ability to do it, and he collects the win at the end of the day. So he did a great job in relief, keeping it at F5-5.
Let's chat Adam Odd quick because he had a great night at the plate, to say the least, for the Barrie Baycats, Reese. Almost willing his team back into this game.
Yep.
At one point, it was 5-2, and we're like, okay, is Barrie going to have enough offense? And he just went nuclear today. I mean, 4 for 4 for him, 2 solo shots as well.
Yeah.
Reese, he was outstanding for Barrie, all he could do, but just wasn't enough.
No, it wasn't, unfortunately. It's a team game. You have 9 hitters for a reason. But, yeah, Odd was just – whatever you threw at him, you just couldn't get him out.
Yep.
He was seeing the ball really well at the plate. It seemed like he had a good approach, too. When you get pitches on his home runs, that's what you're supposed to do with them. You're supposed to hit them out of the ballpark. But even on the hits that weren't home runs, right? They were just simple approaches. Just try to get something to the outfield against a tough pitcher, right? And I thought he did that really well tonight. He had a good eye at the plate. He understood what he had to do. And again, those were mistake pitches that he hit out of the ballpark.
Yep.
That's what you're supposed to do with those. So, yeah, he was really good, and it was a spark for the Barrie Baycats when it seemed like they were down and out, and all of a sudden he hits home run number 2, and we're tied, and it's like, wow, okay
here we go.
One guy is really pulling the train behind him. So that was good to see from Odd, and that's a clutch hit. Or a clutch hitter, I should say, that a Baycats team needs. He's not in the middle of the order, but he's close enough that he can still have that impact.
We talked about these guys at the bottom of the orders on both teams. I mean, Brendan Luther, again, not an out goes by or not a plate appearance for him that's not productive.
Mm-hmm.
Even his outs are productive. Both of these teams are the same way. You got guys in the 6, the 7, the 8 hole, the 9 hole that aren't 9, 6, 8, 7 hitters, right, Reese?
Yep.
It's just the way both these teams are constructed. It's why they're in the final, and that's exactly what we saw tonight. 1 through 9, both lineups came through, but the Welland Jackfish get the last say in this one. Barrie's going to come back strong on Tuesday night. You know they're going to in front of a great crowd at Athletic Culture.
Yep.
Julius and Ben Davey will have the call for you on that one for Game 2, Reese. But quickly, final thoughts here from the pond tonight.
This was an awesome ball game. I thought a 4 o'clock start on a Sunday was great.
Yep.
I mean, obviously minus NFL Sunday, but you can have 2 screens. It's 2025.
Absolutely.
You can have that set up. No, I thought it was just a great game all around. Jackfish scored early, and when it seemed like they were out, like I said, Frank Garces gave his team a chance to win. They clawed their way back. We had an ejection today. We had home runs. We had extra base hits. We had a little bit of everything in this game. So I think this was a nice game to set the tone for this series. Understanding we know the offenses are really good on both sides. We know the pitching's really good on both sides. It's, again, how do you manage some mistakes here and there? And for the Jackfish to draw first blood against Frank Garces is huge.
The Welland Jackfish steal Game 1. They steal a Frank Garces start. Tells you something about how good he is when that's what you say post-game after they beat him or somebody beats him, Reese.
Yeah.
That's how much he means to that team, but they get it done. Pedro de los Santos, 3 scoreless. He gets the win for the Welland Jackfish in Game 1. Carlos Sano gets his 2nd loss of the postseason. We'll be back here Thursday night for Game number 3 of this best-of-7 series as Game 2 shifts to Barrie for Game number 2. Julius and Ben, like we mentioned, will have the call from Athletic Culture for you there, but we can't wait to see you back here Thursday. It'll either be a 2-0 series lead for the Jackfish or we'll be knotted at 1. What a start to the series here in the Dominico Cup final between the Barrie Baycats and Welland Jackfish. Jackfish walk it off. Robbie Mullen, his 2nd walk-off of the postseason as we sign off here from the pond. For all of us here at Welland Stadium, thank you for tuning in, and we say cheers until Thursday from Welland.